And now, Road America race fans, it's time for the most famous words in motorsports. To deliver today's command, please welcome Henry 180 Grand Marshal, Medal of Honor recipient, retired United States Marine Corps Major General James E. Livingston.
Major General. Not just any general, he was a major general. Hoorah, he must be a Miz fan.
Really appreciated the hoorah right at the end of that command. As the engines have fired, we're going racing. Road course racing. Road America.
Hold on. To make sure anybody's commenting before I start talking. I'm eating. I woke up literally moments ago. And of course people are going to start bugging me now.
I'm coming down Oak Street now. I'm about to stop by and get the whatever it is in the mail. I made a post about my mom because her friends keep messaging me talking about, well, she may have been a terrible person, but she's still your mom. And I was like, you know what? Fuck off. Just get out of my face. None of them know the real.
I'll be right back. Got a friend coming by to pick up some mail. Hey, Michael. I'm eating, and my friend waits literally right until I'm screaming, like, hey, I'm coming by to get that mail. It's like, God, can you, like, I just woke up minutes ago. Like, can people just leave me alone? Come get it another time? But no. Race is starting. I just woke up. It's got to be a whole fucking to-do. So I guess it's good I caught Ty Gibbs when I did. I'm back.
Parker, the longest track.
Sorry about that.
Village for race fans to call home as you turn around these 14 turns. You have people camping out, living. Look at this guy's having some fun right here. They are taking full advantage.
Finally got to get some of that mail out of here. My friend Anna, when she was homeless, she had her mail sent here, and she'd come pick it up. And I still get mail for her. And I had like a stack of it.
All the way around this track. it's a beautiful sight to see. We saw the 81. We were talking about Ty Gibbs. He got a little shove to get started, and so he's
Ty Gibbs in the 81 because Kyle Busch is in the 54. I'm wondering if the 81 is going to be anywhere near as good as the 54.
All right, let's take a look at today's starting.
Oh my goodness, the grandson. Of course it is. All hands on deck for the grandson. You know that.
Ty Gibbs became the youngest road course pole winner with his pole win.
So yeah, I got a little bit of a steal with Ty Gibbs yesterday.
The favorite, they will make up row 1.
Yeah, a pair of 3-time road course winners in row 3 with Kyle Busch and Justin Allgaier. So definitely a road to keep an eye on as we go through the day. Some interesting names. Having some good starts. Cody Ware back in 17th. Spencer Plumlee. Preston Hardis, Andy Lally, Josh Balicki. A lot of names that you typically don't see up toward the front. Jake Buford. These guys had some great qualifying runs. Ken Harvick way back there in 20th. Brandon Brown. You see a handful of drivers to the rear. Brett Moffitt, Ellis.
Up to the final page of the EMU starting grid. The rear there, Natalie Decker, Noah Gregson, Riley Herbst in a backup car, so he will start back there in the back of the field. There are 3 drivers, Sam Mayer, one from Franklin, Wisconsin. Another driver, Josh Balicki, Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. And
Guys, I'm not surprised to see Cindric favored. He's got more experience here than Kyle. But like Kyle Busch needs experience to win an Xfinity race.
They knew they had a starter issue, Steve, which Chris Gale, as crew chief, was not very concerned about. They had to be pushed off, actually, for that second round of qualifying to be able to go out and qualify for the pole. So they actually knew they would have this issue. I don't think you'd be too concerned, Steve, would you? But certainly, you know, if you're going to get stalled on the racetrack, that would be...
That's annoying because I picked him. Better hope there's not a red flag today, because if there's a red flag and they got to fire that thing back up, look out.
I said it looked like a 2-lane road. Well, it's 2-lane, too wide. He's trying to find the shoulder.
It shows you how narrow this racetrack is. He just wants to get by these guys, and, you know, they've got to know he's trying to come around. But look, you know, this is not a racetrack like Watkins Glen that's real wide. It's narrow.
I think the other thing, too,
Cody Ware's in the 17. I'm surprised he didn't hit him for trying to pass under the pace laps.
This track's so big, you can't get enough spotters around here to be able to cover your car.
Because Cody Ware's a dumb fuck. Ty Gibbs is just trying to get back to his place at the front after his car stalled under the pace laps here.
Pretty interesting day. These drivers are on their own in some portions of this racetrack.
Using patience getting up there. So let's take a look at this racetrack. And again, we mentioned it's 4 miles here in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. 14 turns.
Downhill, up over a crest into turn 1, so you don't really see the apex of the corner till really late. Turn 2, a little small bend there. Turn 3, downhill.
If Cindric wins, I get 2 picks tomorrow? Okay, so if I get 2 picks tomorrow, I'll take an obvious one and a long shot. Try to get the best of both. So we'll see. Well, Burger King fries are really good.
That corner lasts forever. That leads to this kink, the place where all the cautions happen in practice, and then down the straightaway to another braking zone, Junior.
Yeah, turn 12 has some pretty difficult content. Getting into that corner can lock up, and then 13 and 14 are really technical. We've seen guys in qualifying make up time or lose a lot of time through that. Up the hill to the flag stand. Important to get out of turn 14 good because you're going uphill, really asking a lot of that car. If you make a mistake there, you're going to lose a lot of time on that long straightaway into turn 1.
Field checking their tack for pit road speed as they again go up the hill. Pit road speed starts at the yellow line right at the top of that hill.
Interesting pit road. I was thinking about racing Road America the other day in NASCAR Heat 5, and I was like, I got to practice pit road entry here. It's a weird pit road. Good to have the race on NBC today, so my leaderboard's not way behind, and my leaderboard's not ahead, and I'm not way behind watching. Fun stuff. I actually slept on my alarm today. That tripped me out. I thought it was like 11 a.m. and suddenly my phone starts going off and it says 2 o'clock. And I was like, oh, wow. And they were like, oh, the race don't start till 2:30. Turn on the broadcast after the lacrosse game ran long and see that, oh, they're starting the engines. And I'm like, oh, okay. Three people here. Who's here? Michael, Lori, Jeff,
NASCAR on NBC is brought to you by Blue Emu.
I love road courses.
Pain relief foam of NASCAR. Soft on skin.
I wish I'd have woke up earlier than like 10 minutes or 15 minutes ago now.
NASCAR. Visit GoCreditOne.com and by Toyota.
They're coming through the carousel now. We'll be going green next time.
We've got along with a couple drivers.
Ty Gibbs still on the pole.
Yeah, we got 2 on boards today. Justin Haley will have the Leaf Home Solutions camera, the helmet camera that we love so much. He even needs a map. He's rolling through the carousel. Well, it's it's a pretty rough track. We may be able to see how rough it is in the braking zones and so forth, what the driver goes through.
AJ Allmendinger, the Nutrient Ag Solutions cam, got a great shot of him. Be able to watch his work, and then this shot right here off his front bumper.
Congratulations, Michael. Only 2 more weeks. Back at the racetrack. You're going to love it. You know, I went to Darlington, Charlotte, and it was like the most surreal, fun experience I've ever had at a racetrack, and I've been going for 20 years.
Have to deal with a lot, be very durable.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we talk about. Road
The events of the last year certainly made me appreciate it more, and I enjoyed every second. Everything from being in the traffic, finding a place to park,
And some of those mistakes may not end up in an accident.
everything.
If you drop a tire off, if you hit a curb wrong, you are going to do damage to your car. You do that enough times, and something
I
can
really
finally
enjoyed myself.
Let go. We saw that in practice. You mentioned this racetrack. It is gorgeous up in the rolling hills of Wisconsin, Road America. Over 4 miles. The longer circuit, we will see the Xfinity cars run on 14 corners, 8 rights, 6 lefts. Really right-handed dominant, though. The important corners are all right hands and elevation. 160 feet the front stretch is a huge climb up the front stretch, and only 28 to 36 feet. It really is like a 2-lane road. We drove around it, Rick. There's just not a lot of room because of the length of the
10
track.
laps, 10 laps, 25
It's a
laps.
relatively short race, only 45 laps, 10 laps for the first stage.
Pit with 3 or 4 to go in stage 1. Steal track position if you need to. Typical road course stage racing bullshit.
1 lap, 4 miles. Right. So you try to stretch just 1 extra lap. It's a long ways.
It's such a
And like he just said,
for racing.
fuel mileage on a 4-mile road course, very strict. You run out of gas around here, you ain't making it back.
Final turn and getting ready to come
Not to mention pit road entry is up a hill.
to get underway.
So you could run off the last corner and probably still not make it.
10 laps make up the first stage. Up front.
Wind up looking like Marco Sambros at Sonoma.
The 18-year-old and Ty Gibbs, and the 22-year-old and Austin.
Win me money, Ty Gibbs. Not much money, but a little money.
54 of Kyle Busch. He's been
In a race with Kyle Busch and Austin Cindric and AJ Allmendinger on a road course, I feel like Gibbs' odds should have been worse. But they don't want me winning any money.
Ty Gibbs with a great start and also very defensive to AJ Allmendinger.
What Junior said.
Turn 1, he does
Look at Jeb Burton back there. Who's in the 31 right now?
to make a move early. He wants to
Cass Grala's in the 31. Very nice. I didn't even know that till just now. Gibbs gets the lead off of 1. He tried to block Cindric to his outside. Defensive line into 2 for Gibbs. This is brilliant camera work, by the way. I'm not even kidding. They've got an overhead shot right now. And you can see like 20. And Dale Jr. says exactly what I said. Great camera work. Here comes the most difficult corner on this racetrack. Certainly is in the video game. It seems like the AI can just fly through here. But I love this corner. Wide arc in the corner. Look at Gralla around the outside. Shot to the outside of Jeb Burton and thought he was going to overshoot the corner. Gibbs gets away clean with the lead. Allmendinger slides into second. I love this racetrack. I've loved this track since the very first time the Xfinity Series came here. I was thinking about that race yesterday. Carl Edwards won it, and NASCAR uploaded it on YouTube this week. Allgaier kicking it. Allgaier's having a hard time staying on the track. He's picked up some dirt a couple of times already.
That's the tough part. Allgaier doesn't know it's a protective move. He has to give him room because they don't know if he's going to try to drive in there and outbreak you into that corner.
What a great racetrack, but what the worst racetrack for cautions.
This will be the first time through the kink now.
The kink.
We'll see how everyone does.
Everybody drink. Jared told you that's the great word this weekend.
Close.
They've added past that yellow and red curve. They've added a little bit more content and asphalt and concrete out there for guys to.
You know, I thought about picking Hemrick today, but I still don't trust him, Michael. You had to learn that last week, didn't you?
Still Ty Gibbs out front in the 81.
Gibbs in a brand new number 81.
In the 16 behind him, Austin Cindric in that yellow number 22.
Woo!
Two cars getting just a wheel off into the grass and the dirt, and it throws up.
It's amazing how one little wheel touching the dirt just puts up a wall of shit behind them.
Crazy watching those guys use all of that runoff on the corner exit, and it's very rough. It's almost like as rough as the inside curves. Those guys, they put that asphalt out there, they're going to use it.
Well, they've made it a lap without a yellow.
Early mistake in turn 5 on lap 1.
Josh Balicki in that 07 just in front of Kaz Gralla.
Gralla's making a lot of aggressive moves.
Julie, you mentioned it. The place is so big. The track is so big. It's Kaz Gralla right there.
Man, where is everybody? Is it because it's 4th of July weekend?
Multiple spotters. It's kind of refreshing for me. These drivers
Nobody wants to stay home and watch a race
on the road, right? You might get a little information
with
from
me.
the spotter, but every one of these braking zones is going to be contested, and you as a driver kind of have to have
There's Jeremy Clements,
where you're at, using your mirrors, understanding what the
Road America winner several years ago.
This place means that the radio communication is not always perfect. So when Kaz Gralla went by the start-finish line that time, he wanted to be sure his team knew, hey, I have brake hop, wheel hop in this car like I haven't had all weekend. That's one of the things.
Kaz Gralla says his car wants to wheel hop and brake hop worse than he's felt all weekend.
another issue getting into the braking zone. He's going to lose it.
That's why he looks so aggressive.
He's falling off the back of Josh Balicki in 12th. Under attack from all
And
these
he's losing ground. He's got a whole pile of cars behind him.
on lap 2. So as a driver, if you have wheel hop, the rear tires are literally hopping under braking. In fact, the only thing you can do is try to put more front brake to it, and then enter the corner easier. Well, if you enter the corner easier, then you're being set up for pass. I mean, that's how you pass on road courses. You drive in the corner deep. You can't do that. It's impossible to defend, and it's impossible to attack. Driver on the move, about 5 cars behind that 31.
Up front, Gibbs is just in front of Allmendinger. Kyle Busch is in 3rd, over 2 seconds back. Cindric's lost ground. I'm surprised. Allmendinger staying right there with Gibbs. Wonder if Gibbs' Woodle feelings are still hurt after Mid-Ohio. We may find out today.
He had at least 1 lap, if not 1.5, 2 laps, fresher tires than anyone in the field.
Allmendinger hurt Gibbs' Woodle feelings at Mid-Ohio. There's Kevin Harvick in the 99. Oh, Harvick. Oh, Harvick. Knocking doors with Kaz Gralla on the front stretch. And look how much ground Harvick lost.
Yeah, he slowed down on the racetrack. Marty.
Yes, and Kevin Harvick, one of those guys here in the Cup Series.
Well, if Harvick has a tire going down, he's got to run 4 miles to come back around and get to pit road. And we got to fight for the lead. Gregson rooting Harvick and Sam Mayer out of the way. Gregson in the grass. Gregson in the grass. Passes Harvick and Mayer And Harvick gives Noah the bumper, coming off a 2, but not hard. And we got a lead change at the bottom of the hill. Maybe, no. Gibbs gets the power down. Around the outside, holds the lead for now. But Allmendinger still to his inside. This is the place. And Allmendinger takes the lead going to the carousel. AJ, my man. I imagine AJ's going to try to get the points in stage 1. If I'm Gibbs, I'm going track position in both stages. The advantage of not racing for points.
It's interesting to hear him feather that throttle as he went through the carousel.
Hey, DFS. DFS, we got to watch SRX tonight. I don't think we're going to get to play GTA today. Hey, Lauren.
That's a slow corner. We're barely pedaling through there, as you mentioned.
Probably won't play GTA today.
Just trying to survive, really leaning on that left rear tire. I'm a little surprised, guys, as we see Allmendinger take the lead, that we don't see Cindric in the top 2.
But never say never.
He was the favorite from practice. The favorite in qualifying was outrun by Ty Gibbs. And so far in this race,
I'm having so much fun playing GTA 4. I want to squeeze it in somewhere, but I don't know if I can today.
But I expected to see a little bit more pace out of the 22. And interesting, right in front of him is Kyle
Ooh, I'm
Busch.
thirsty.
When we mentioned to Cindric, and we were standing there, and Kyle Busch's car was right next to us, I said, oh, you got Kyle Busch in the field. He kind of rolled his eyes like, oh, yeah, he's in the field. And then he said, you know what, though? I like when he's in the field because he's a challenge. I know if I beat him, I'm beating the best that there ever has been in the Xfinity Series. But all the
You're not beating Mark Martin or Sam Ard. Oh my God. Just opened a bottle of Pepsi Cherry Zero Sugar, and it was like fresh as fuck. You ever drink a soda, even the diet ones, and it's so fresh it literally burns your fucking mouth? Ty Gibbs got passed for the lead. He's probably having a meltdown right now. He's having a meltdown, and it's time for me to eat another one of these chicken sandwiches. Delicious. I can't believe I slept through my alarm at 2 o'clock. Last night, we played Friday the 13th till like 4:30. We usually play till 3:30 at the latest. We played till like after 4:30 this morning. We had a great time. Remember how I said I don't want to play NASCAR Heat 5? I wanted to drive Road America so bad. I got on NASCAR Heat 5 and started doing a test session yesterday. I ran like 10 laps at Road America. It's a fun racetrack. But NASCAR Heat 5 can go fuck itself. I'm going to make fun of Ty Gibbs a lot today, but if he wins, I get money. Noah passed Kevin Harvick in the grass. He's just like his boss's daddy. And we're back. Thank God. I'm trying to eat.
You can follow your favorite drivers with high-definition in-car cameras. Just visit NASCAR.com/drive, or you can download the NASCAR mobile
The Burton's running 7th and 8th.
Henry 180 for riding along with Justin Haley in that helmet cam.
DFS, I've been thinking about talking to some of the strangers and freaks in GTA 4.
The rear tires, look at sliding the tires again over the curve. The curve just shakes that car, and the car wants to spin out.
Haley currently 9th. You see him making the left-hand turn there in 8th.
He had trucks next Friday night at Knoxville.
Long corner. And actually, the banking actually falls away from you off camber, meaning it's not banked the right way. It's banked the wrong way.
Am I in the minority
The racetrack.
for saying I didn't really enjoy the SRX on dirt?
Little brake, throttle, little brake, throttle, little brake. Over.
Looking forward to SRX tonight, though.
I mean, that on a map, on a track map, looks like a little bend in the racetrack. That's a corner at a high rate of speed.
Again, you saw him using the brake into the kink. I was shocked to hear that from Cedric, and he's like, man, we brake into that corner. I couldn't believe it. Thought it was just a quick lift off the throttle.
We're halfway through stage 1. Allmendinger's got a 1-second lead. Cendric has passed Kyle Busch for third. He's 3 seconds back. Kyle Busch crashed his cup car in practice earlier. He'll have to go to a backup for tomorrow.
Able to get by Kyle Busch.
Now as Haley goes through turn 14 and up the front stretch, I believe this should be the top speed of the race.
This is like iRacing, but real.
See how fast these Xfinity cars get up to. Under the bridge, across the start-finish line. There it goes. $173 miles an hour.
Uh-oh, 6 cars off track.
In the gravel.
In the gravel. Can he move?
So Capelli is in the gravel. Now, if he's
We're
in
halfway
the
through
gravel
stage 1.
on his own, you won't see a caution.
It's at the last corner of the track. He's not moving yet.
Warrant NASCAR to throw.
That's turn 14. So he, looking at the tire marks, he's spun around and around and around getting into this thing is the problem.
Detective Dale Jr. trying to figure out how the wreck happened because he hasn't seen a replay yet. What happened here? Running behind Sam Mayer. Oh, he got ran over by Brandon Brown into turn 14. Loop-de-loop-de-loop right into the gravel.
Just enough to send him into this corner, and he locks it up and spins it off course.
Michael, we might have to bet big on Haley Deegan next week.
Class winner in a 24-hour Daytona, so a good road racer.
If Haley Deegan's going to win a truck race this year, it's either going to be Knoxville or Talladega.
Hard to be good when you get run into.
Yeah, difficult here. NASCAR will have to pull him out of that gravel trap, it looks like.
Good thing with a 4-mile road course, he's got plenty of time to get it going. Now the caution's out. As A.J. Allmendinger comes out.
A.J. Allmendinger was able to get by Ty Gibbs and
Couldn't tell where he was.
front of the field. Let's listen in on A.J.'s radio.
Take care of his left freeze. He's right at a half a second, but 7 tenths faster than anybody. So take care of that left rear, please. Copy.
Team manager Chris Rice relaying some information. Sounded like to the crew chief at the 16. All the crew chiefs I talked to said, man, it's all about keeping the left rear on. When we talk about tire fall off and slowing down, it's usually
Nice little
left
green
rear
flag
brake.
run there to start.
8 right-hand corners here, and just a lot of taxing on that outside left rear tire, especially the carousel. You talked
Well,
about
people hit banners at the road courses because they're right there next to the track.
Tough on that tire. Yeah, if you get aggressive and slide it.
I was at the first Roval race. Remember Chris Buescher at the first Roval race?
Left rear on the corner exits. It's going to hurt your ability to get into the braking zones. It's going to hurt your ability to get the throttle down. Marty, you got more on the 22?
Yeah, I was going to say, Steve asked earlier, Junior, about the pace for the 22. Talked to Brian Wilson, the crew chief, and it was very much by design. So, Steve, there are a lot of strategies in your playbook today as a crew chief. You could pit here in a few laps before the end of stage 1 or before the end of stage 2 as well. But Brian Wilson's thought is let's run past stage 1 and just pit twice. They have 3 sets of tires to play with here on pit road. That would leave them a set for the end of the race. And I think we've already seen with the way Noah Gregson tore through the field from 36 to 14th with fresh tires. Tires are going to mean everything. You're going to want that extra set of tires for the end of this race.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll say this time and time again. If you let me know, Rick, when the yellows will come out, I'll tell you exactly the strategy you should play. And that's the struggle. You know, if you try to only do it on 2 stops, you're in a bad situation on old tires at the end of the race.
They pulled the 6 out of the kitty litter.
Put fresh tires on.
I don't even know who that is in the 6. It's not Ryan Vargas.
So long. Now, when you talk about a green-white checker, you're talking about 8 miles of.
Oh, yeah, Decker's in this race. I'll have to look at the ticker on the screen.
Lined up, I mean, inside 8, 10, top 12 even, I would say you have a chance to win if you had tires.
Yeah, guys, we have an Instagram model in the race today.
Spencer Capelli telling him you need to fire it up and roll it. This is how it happened. This is why we're under the first caution of the day from Road America. He spins. They pulled him out. Need to get back at it. This telecast presented by Blue Emu.
Well, Natalie Decker. She sold enough feet pics on OnlyFans to get here. There are so many creeps out there she could fund a race team with her OnlyFans if she ever made one. And she's another one like Haley Deegan, where when I first saw her and heard about her, I wanted to cheer for her. I'm like, oh, cool. Another lady driver. Awesome. And then you see her drive, and it's like, oh, she's bad. At least Deegan's actually good. Before the caution, she was 17 seconds behind the next car. Wow. Tearing it up out there. Burning some rubber. Got great weather at Road America this weekend. But I looked and it's hot as fuck. It's like 92 degrees. Pray for the people of Wisconsin. It shouldn't get that hot in Wisconsin. Wow, you just now figured out why Bubba gets so much hop?
What a great way to celebrate Independence Day on NBC with the epic doubleheader of racing. And tomorrow, Cup Series qualifying from Road America. That'll be on CNBC, and then everything else on NBC.
IndyCar race starts around 12:30 tomorrow. I guess I'll get up and watch it.
Newgarden won the pole, third straight pole.
DFS, is it fucking hot up there?
That young man. And then
I forgot that you live in Wisconsin. But as much as you mentioned Matt Crafton, the Packers, and Matt Kenseth, I shouldn't have forgot.
Here at Road America, and the fans have come out to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's just such a great place. I've seen racing on TV here, but I've never been here in person. And Rick, you and I went around the track, and I grabbed a golf cart, went around the grounds, fans everywhere, campsites everywhere. It's just such a cool place, and it's decision time, I think, now. 6 laps into this race, I believe we're going to see some takers to pit road. Let's take a listen into the 54 radio.
Right in, left, like it's loose. On throttle, exit 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, everywhere.
Kyle Busch being a smartass. Ty Gibbs, Kyle Busch, Daniel Hemrick, Justin Allgaier, Harrison Burton, the 5 car. A lot of cars coming to pit road. A lot of cars staying out.
Looks like Allmendinger and Cindric are going to stay.
Oh, the strategery.
Two in the top 5. Dave.
One of the drivers that will come down pit road is Justin Allgaier, former winner at this track. He said the forward drive was pretty good, but he didn't want to waste the car trying to keep up with the group that was in front of him right then. So they'll put on the tires here. You've seen strategy played out by Jason Burdett, his crew chief, before. Some that we wondered if it was ever going to work, and sometimes it ends up in a top 5 or a win, Marty.
Dave, first fork in the road with a strategy today. Ty Gibbs coming down saying he was getting beat in turn 5 and 6, mostly his car too tight. I think Kyle Busch ran out of turns to describe where he was loose, as Steve just mentioned. He is very freeze, and he touches the gas and almost wants to spit out for the 54. Nice stop by the 81, but they will beat all those guys who came down pit road.
Wonder who's pitting the 81. Probably the 11 crew or the 19 crew from the Cup side.
Yeah, this is one more challenge of this racetrack. You know, remember, the drivers are not next to pit roads like there are at all of the
Gibbs, the first car off pit road, followed by Kyle Busch. Allmendinger, Cindric, Jeb Burton, and others stay out.
More little area where you have to really coach your guys, easy to make mistakes. Those that chose to come to pit road now rolling off of pit road. Those that decided to stay out, we'll see what kind of strategies they have when we return for the restart.
Nah, probably not going to stream the IndyCar race. I'm just going to watch that like I did. Like when IndyCar raced at Road America, I just watched it by myself. Not an IndyCar guy. I don't want to get on there and talk about something I don't know much about. I may sound stupid, for God's sakes. We can't have that. Street race in Washington, D.C., 4th of July. Get this man a job at NASCAR. That Nashville Grand Prix course is looking pretty sweet for the IndyCar stuff. So, like, once again, I checked for the 2-week break. Literally no NASCAR whatsoever for 2 weeks. Trucks, Xfinity Cup. It's all gone for 2 weeks because of the Olympics. But we got stuff we can stream that weekend. We'll do something. Like I said, watch an old race. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that, actually. Gonna be like traveling back in time. Pick a summertime race from, you know, my early years as a NASCAR fan. I think I've decided on a couple of races, at least 2 of the races we're gonna watch. But I won't say what they are. It'll be a nice surprise. Probably not 2012 Daytona. I'd like to watch that at some point, but I'm thinking of like an old summertime NASCAR race.
By Credit One Bank, the official credit card of NASCAR. Visit gocredit1.com. Ford, build Ford proud. And by Blue Emu Microphone.
They're doing SRX odds now? That's awesome.
Soft on skin.
Where are they racing at today, Michael? I don't even know the fucking SRX schedule. I forgot where they're racing at. Going green with 2 to go in stage 1. Allmendinger, Cindric on the front row.
But one of the things I gotta love about AJ is I talked before the race. He tells me, I don't know. I don't think we'll have the rear grip. I don't think we have a winning car. What does he do from the drop?
AJ said he didn't think he had a winning car, but he passed Cindric, Kyle Busch, and Gibbs to get the lead here in stage 1.
A lot of speed in that thing, Marty.
Parker, the plan for Austin Cindric, Brian Wilson said.
If it ain't got speed, Allmendinger can get at least a couple of tenths out of it.
They would come in 3 laps at the end of the stage. The battle of new tires versus old tires. We're about to see how it plays out, Rick.
That's right, old tires up front.
Maybe DFS. I'll keep that in mind. You want to watch a race
Austin
Matt
Cindric,
Kenseth won.
AJ Allmendinger making up row 1. Austin Cindric in that yellow number 22. AJ Allmendinger in the white 16. A long way up.
2
into
laps.
The restart.
That was a really long caution for a single car spin. Even for Road America standards, that was a long caution. That was a lot of laps. Allmendinger with the big launch. It got Ty Gibbs 3 wide back there. Woo! He's going to run out of track like Villeneuve if he's not careful. Remember Villeneuve here that one time? There's Kaz Grala kicking up dirt again. Allmendinger flies away with the lead. Jeb Burton's into second somehow. Cindric just doesn't seem to fire off well. Oh, Gibbs hard on the brake to try to pass Casgrala 3 wide. He passes Gralla and Brandon Brown. Oh, Kyle Busch just got spun around. And he didn't hit anything, but he got spun around. There goes all of Busch KB's track position. Well, it's going to be one hell of a story when he wins now. Down the hill, tight corner. Kyle Busch is not stuck. He just spun out on the grass. He'll get it going, no caution. Boy, Gibbs and Herbst in identical cars, but they couldn't be more far apart talent-wise, could they? People think Nico Bellic's Russian because they don't know accents. Allgaier, Kyle Busch got kind of blocked by the 8 car, and he drifted over into Justin Allgaier and got spun out.
Justin just stood his ground.
Colleague 1-2, Allmendinger and Burton.
And coming up now on 1 to go. They work their way down the backstretch and into Canada corner.
This is the thing when we talk about new tires versus old. These laps are just so long. Ty Gibbs is all the way up to 9th, working those new tires. There he is.
Boy, Ty Gibbs is not saving his tires, is he? Passes Herbst. He's trying to pass the 07 in Canada corner. Josh Bilicki, top 10. I know he stayed out here. Still. Ty Gibbs got a penalty. What's the penalty for on the 81? Is it a restart violation? It's saying penalty on Ty Gibbs. Is that right? Or is that a glitch? Last lap of stage 1.
You spotted this first.
Oh, it is a restart violation. Ah, he did change lanes before the start. He was 3 wide before the start finish. Good eye, Dale Jr. Well, there goes Ty Gibbs' track position. So Ty Gibbs and KFB.
You as a driver, you could not see that start-finish line on the racetrack. You can't. Now you can see the flagman, so it gives you some reference points, but I don't know that Ty...
Cindric is into second. He passed Jeb Burton. Allmendinger driving away with 1 to go, but Ty Gibbs just got a restart violation.
Points, but will restart at the tail for the beginning of stage 2.
So he's gonna have to do that, Dan.
Inexperience for Ty Gibbs. Woo, who I thought he was going to run over Michael Annett. That is a sexy paint scheme on Michael Annett's car. That's the best paint scheme here. Sam Mayer's from Wisconsin, eh? I did not know that.
Got the message, Steve. He may just not be obeying it, right? I mean, he's 18 after all, right? He just doesn't care.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point.
Hemrick right behind him, trying to move up past Michael Annett. Allmendinger with a 1.9-second lead over Austin Cindric. Looking to win stage 1. Lower part of the screen, you see Ty Gibbs pulling away now from Hemrick. Again, but will be serving the penalty at the end of this stage. A clean run for A.J. Allmendinger. So smooth through the turns, braking, acceleration.
Travis Kvapil also beats his wife. Is that common in Wisconsin? Domestic abuse is so funny. A.J. Allmendinger off 14 up the hill. He's going to win stage 1. And still be in front of Riley Herbst. Or not Riley. Why did I say Riley Herbst? Ty Gibbs after Gibbs pits. After Gibbs has to drop to the rear here. Serve a penalty. Find it interesting they're going to let Gibbs keep his stage points here. Not that it's going to do anything for him. And then send him to the back under caution.
Rounding out in the top 5.
How about Noah?
Yeah.
From last to 5th in a 10-lap stage.
Third straight road.
So Daniel Hemrick should be the leader when all these guys pit, if I'm not mistaken, because Hemrick pitted under the previous yellow. You'll give me a pick tonight? Let me look at the odds, and we'll sort this out right now. Where the fuck are they racing? Let me Google SRX. Oh, I go to the website. Where the fuck are they racing tonight? I don't even know. IRP. They're racing at IRP tonight. Awesome. Awesome. I love IRP. So, IRP. That's tough. I don't know who to pick for SRX. I'll have to get back to you on that. I'm struggling to decide. Yeah, I love IRP. I might race that in NASCAR 2005 later. I can never get a setup just right for IRP in NASCAR 2005. It always kills my fucking tires or it's too damn tight. I got one more chicken sandwich left. I've been sitting here waiting for the right moment to eat it, and now's that right moment. Wonder what happens if you rub Blue Emu on your balls. Sorry, just thinking out loud. During this Blue Emu commercial.
Celebrating the red, white, and blue this weekend at the racetrack, the most beautiful racetracks in America. And this 4th of July weekend, fans who come out here, Elkhart Lake.
America!
Mid-Ohio, of course, for the IndyCar Series. It's going to be a great one. We're going to celebrate tomorrow on NBC with that epic doubleheader of racing. First IndyCar Series at Mid-Ohio. Joseph Newgarden.
I love racing. What a great time of year. We're watching racing so much through these summer months. And then football's coming. I can't wait for football.
Tomorrow after that
Pit road's open.
And at the stage break here,
Cindric stays out.
a few cars come to pit road, and the 22 of Austin Cindric is going to stay out. So he's going with that strategy, potentially making a 2-stop race. Parker.
Right, and a great run for Jeb Burton, finishing third here in stage one, just finding a tight condition in that 10-car and wheel hopping a bit, starting to adjust the brake bias. He's going to get 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel. And then for his teammate AJ Allmendinger, a great first stage, winning that first stage. He's just lacking a little bit of lateral rear grip and a little loose to the right hater for that 10-car, Dave.
Justin Haley is going to get about 4th position to come down for Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel. Wants him to loosen that car up just a little bit. They were trying to coach him through maybe not rolling as much speed. He said the car's so tight, I need to work that, and the guys in front of me are rolling a whole lot more. So I'll make an adjustment here. Crew Chief Alex Jans is actually catching tires and is down on the wall as he looks over the 11, trying to get Haley back to the front as they give up this track position.
But we got some strategies going on here.
A couple guys decided to keep it by staying out on the racetrack.
Josh Bilicki, 2 tires. Or is that Josh Williams? That's Williams. Sorry, the cars look the same from here.
So what strategy are they playing here, Steve?
Well, what I think they're going to do is try to make it far enough that they run the entire distance on only 2 stops, but I really think it's about tire conservation, Marty. They only have 3 sets of Goodyear tires in their pits. Tires are so important. Sounds to me like they just want to pit once in the middle of this stage, once later in the race, but then have that all-important extra set of tires if we see a caution close to the end.
And that was the key.
Not a bad strategy by the 22 guys.
Well, they only fell back to second after
Who's driving the second Trackhouse car next year? Ross Chastain.
on that last restart.
I'd bet my life on Ross Chastain.
They're going to pit about lap 15 or 16, and then yes, pit in the middle of stage 3. That will lead them 1 set
Cindric and Noah Gragson and Daniel Hemrick will be the top three. Gibbs has to serve a penalty. I keep trying to call Gibbs Herbst because he's in a Monster Energy car, and so is Herbst.
See if it works out there that way. And one caution, you get overtime as long as these laps are. We have seen multiple.
Fucking stupid.
Definitely a long way around this track. Austin Cindric, he's looked the best on fresh tires, still on old tires. We'll see how he does.
Well, with Noah Gragson here, we have a chance to see some Villeneuve shit. And hell, Ty Gibbs too. He's very aggressive. Oh, Jacques Villeneuve. Never a dull moment. Michael, I'm pretty sure as of now, it's the 21 for Cindric next year. But I feel like that's going to change now. Why wouldn't they just bring Cindric to their 2 car if Brad's definitely leaving now? And the 21 could keep waste time with Matty D for another year or two. I don't know. If I was Roger Penske, I'd be like, yep, we're just going to put Cindric in the 2. My question is, what's going to happen with the 22 in the Xfinity Series? They're going to get somebody from a Truck Series team and go all in on them? What an opportunity that would be. We know the 22 cars are really good. And never forget Jacques Villeneuve, Formula 1 champion. He certainly didn't drive a stock car like he was a Formula 1 champion. Coming to the green for stage 2. Michael, you're absolutely right. Somebody like John Hunter.
Right behind them, Justin Allgaier in that orange.
Nah, fuck it. They'll just go ahead and put Haley Deegan in there. I'm kidding. They better not.
And then a little bit deeper in the field, we have some
She's not ready. Cindric, Noah, Allgaier, Hemrick. Remember, I said I almost picked Hemrick, who gets a great launch. Boy, Cindric is not good on these restarts. He's getting passed on the outside of turn 1 by Hemrick. Can Hemrick make it stick? He does. Wow, Cindric does not take off. It's like it takes Cindric a lap to get going. Hemrick takes the lead. Remember, Kyle Busch got spun out. He's at the back. Ty Gibbs, restart violation. The previous restart, he's out of the picture for now. They will be back. Which Kyle's not too far back after them guys pitted. He just lost a lot of his track position. Josh Berry would be a great steal for Penske. Ugh. Cindric barely holding off Noah. And now Noah's getting just railroaded here after he slowed down. Oh, Mike Snyder in the 2 almost spun out under Gregson. Onto the carousel.
run in that series, but he got a lot of road course experience while he was over there.
Look at Hemrick go. And yeah, Centric on these old tires, hanging on for dear life in front of Allgaier.
I think even if you had position on him into the kink, you wouldn't try to pass there, but you get a run out of that kink, maybe have an opportunity down here in the braking zone, turn 12.
Go Hemrick.
All over the back of this 22.
You'll love to see it.
Technical stuff up here. No opportunities to pass, but coming into the final turn 14, possibly.
Oh, we got a yellow. Wow, the 8 car is destroyed. Dale Jr., the disappointment in his voice is palpable. The 8 car's junk. That is awful. He's moving around, though. He's okay. Love that paint scheme, too. Love the colors. But that car is fucking junk.
We're seeing the wind. He still has the window net up, but you see the driver's the steering wheel coming off. So now he's going for the window net. That normally indicates to the safety crew that the driver's alert and moving around in there.
Looks like the splitter bracing is all the way up over the hood of the car. Over the roof.
The splitter's on top of his car, guys.
Yeah, I think he's down there in Canada corner. So I don't know if this was an accident out of the kink or down at somehow at the end of the back straightaway.
He was one of those drivers that stayed on track, was on over tires.
He's in Canada corner right now, so
I really hope they have a good replay of this.
See where he hit, wherever it was.
I was thinking he'd run up under somebody like a big stack up in the corner, but I don't know.
18-year-old, the youngest East champion ever, a 5-time ARCA winner, just turned 18, and here, take a look.
Wow. He was getting wrecked before they ever got to the corner.
It's that inside wall heading up to turn 12. Great job by everybody back here to miss. Right,
You wreck like that and don't take the 54 with you.
So he tried to get left.
That was a great view from Haley's visor cam there.
There was a car there.
Yeah, Mayer went to make the turn and got hooked.
Talk about how narrow this racetrack is and trying to get yourself set up for the next corner.
Well, you missed Sam Mayer take a brutal hit going to Canada corner. Daniel Hemrick's the leader. Allmendinger's got the best car. Gibbs is fast, but got a restart violation, had to go to the back. Kyle Busch got spun out, lost his track position. Been a chaotic little race so far. Wonder if Cindric will just have to pit under this yellow.
Mandatory trip to the infield care center.
So there you go, right there, he goes to turn left, and that car is there. And
Yeah, Mayer went back to the left to arc out the next corner and wrecked himself, basically. And yeah, the fact that that was only a 1-car wreck going into that corner, wild. And Mayer's just now getting out of the car.
Young driver climb out.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
So they've got the hook on the 8s. They'll pull that back into the garage. What's left of it, look at the front end damage to that thing.
Hey, Lionel, you going to make a die cast of that?
Areas that were coming into 12, but still carrying a lot of speed.
The best part about when Matt Kent's at the tack, Brad Keselowski, you can hear his footsteps running up behind Brad on the camera. And then he just jumps on him.
Let's check in with Jack.
Well, as we have cruised around 4 miles of racetrack, there is a premium on the Woodlands. We're up above turn.
Oh, Jack Collinsworth.
Ton of action.
I miss your father. When's football season?
Great passing on this track right here behind us, awful loud as it comes through as well. But as you talk to the people and you go, why here? Why is this the place you want to watch the race from? The answer is pretty simple. We're in the shade. Sometimes it's as simple as that, Rick.
And how about...
I hope he falls out of this hammock when he gets in it. Wow, that was smooth. Jack Collinsworth knows how to use a hammock.
Pretty good place to watch the race from.
That might be our last report from Jack today.
Rutledge's fat ass would have fell right out. I like Collinsworth. I don't like Rutledge, but I like Jack Collinsworth. Figure that out. Oh, you can totally tell it's his son. Even if I didn't know his last name, just hearing that voice, I'm like, yep, he's a Collinsworth, all right.
Jack's right. I mean, there's a lot of shade here. That's the premium too.
He looks like he's having fun doing this NASCAR stuff, so I applaud him. He's doing a good job.
You know, I've only, as a race car driver, I'm in the garage and the bus lot. I don't really go anywhere else. And at Watkins Glen, we started doing radio style, and I drove to the back of the track, took my perch, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this place is amazing. Same response, same feeling and motion when you come here. Such a big track, so many places to camp. You can make an entire family event out of this, a family weekend out of this with the camping.
And Cindric's pitting, Gregson's pitting, Michael Annette, Jeb Burton. I figured they would just have to pit under this yellow to make sure that they don't run out riding around under caution. And yeah, it probably cost them a lap or two of their strategy, like Steve Letart's talking about.
Well, and so Dave Ellens, his choice.
They can still salvage this. They got this.
After starting in the rear, so if you split this in half, 31 to go, 15 and a half each, they can do that on fuel. So we shall see Noah Gregson having started in the rear of the field. Now comes.
Sure, Cindric would have liked to have run till about 5 or 6 to go under green in this stage before pitting. Cautions here don't do what they do for you at most places, make saving gas easy. It's a 4-mile road course. Good luck saving gas around here. But now the 9 and the 22 will be in the back with fresh tires, and 22 is a good car. He just doesn't fire off very well.
Make it a little more difficult to work their way from the back to the front. Daniel Hemrick is winless in the upper 3 tier of NASCAR. Could he get his first win here at Road America? He's out front.
Happy 4th of July. Boy, I can't wait till them fireworks are going off tonight and stressing out my damn cats, the poor little kitties. I will be right back. My nephew's here.
No. Someone's dad actually hates my dad because he took that person's place.
Well, that's awkward.
Yeah.
But I've seen it before.
My daddy knows my phone.
Woo! Wish I had something to do on 4th of July, like go to a fucking race. Or a concert or something. Silence is so loud. Sorry, guys. My food allergy's not as bad today. I ate and I'm not hacking up a lung. Oh man, I want to go drive go-kart. That's what I want to do for 4th of July. I want go-karts. Because that looks like fun.
Virginia versus Xavier. Capital One College Bowl. That's Tuesday on NBC. It's the race within the race here. We got a go-kart track inside the carousel area.
I think that's where we're going after this big race is over.
Looks like a lot of fun.
That looks like so much fun.
People taking advantage of that. All over
I haven't driven go-karts since I was like 12 or 13. We went on a school field trip to Carowinds.
Right, he restarted back in 18th and lost a couple positions under that stage 1 look back, there's a little issue on the right front here for the changer. He's just going to
Oh, yeah.
the lugs to fall off.
Slow stop for Allmendinger back there.
Chris Rice, the team manager, look at the right front changer, just a little slow. Pulled the whole team together, looked at the replay, said, hey, we got to clean it up. Didn't matter to that stop, but it will matter later in the race. Told them, had them on back, said we can do better next time.
All right, 5 to go, stage 2. We're halfway through stage 2. More strategies coming, I'm sure, before the end of this stage. Hemrick, Allgaier, Harrison Burton, Mike Snyder, Brandon Jones, Kevin Harvick right there. Kyle Busch back in the picture, Allmendinger too. But Hemrick is getting great. Look at Hemrick's restarts today. That's 2 in a row he just nailed. Damn, Snyder using all the racetrack to get around Harrison Burton for 3rd. I said this around when they did COTA. I love seeing guys like Kevin Harvick drive cars like the 99. You got a partnership between Stuart Haas and a smaller team to get Harvick in that 99.
Calling cars with the bright yellow roof numbers, easy to spot from the helicopter. There's Harvick driving that Henry's car. There's Kyle Busch working to the inside now of Harrison Burton as they go into 6.
AJ Allmendinger, that 16 car. He's got the freshest tires than all these guys.
How much will that pay off? We're about to find out. Getting ready to make a hard left-hander here.
Wow, Allmendinger. Looks like he has an extra gear. That pass he just made on Harrison Burton.
New tires are better everywhere. They're better under braking. They're better cornering. Better under
Running up on Kyle Busch now for 4th.
Out a bit there as he got behind the 54 of Kyle Busch.
Yeah, that's one way you can take the approach to the carousel is to dive in that corner. You want to be able to make that apex and drive off straight and get a great run into the kink here. So.
Yeah, Briscoe at Charlotte this year almost won in the 99. That was a damn good race, the Xfinity race at Charlotte. Fight for the lead, going to Canada corner. Allgaier crosses him over. Allgaier around the outside here, coming to 13. Nice move. Still hasn't made the pass. He's to the inside of 14. Whoa, Hemrick slides. 4-wheel slide, gives up the lead. Allgaier takes it. That was just a mistake by Hemrick. Pushing hard to get back in the gas off of 14, and he almost did a 4-wheel slide right off the track. And now here comes Allmendinger to the inside, and Hemrick blocks. Defensive line. When you see that 16 car in your mirror, you better start defending or doing something. Use up all the racetrack, otherwise he's just going to go right by you. He's got no choice. Okay, he's laying over. He didn't block Allmendinger the 2. God, Allmendinger's so good under braking. Just shot through there. Hemrick barely hanging on. Hemrick went from leading the race to looking like he can barely stay on the racetrack. There goes Kyle Busch under Hemrick. Allmendinger dive bomb down the hill. Passes by Snyder. Brings Kyle Busch with him. Look at Allmendinger driving so hard. This is outstanding to watch. Yeah, Kyle Busch, the real winner here. He gained like 3 positions this whole lap from the moves AJ Allmendinger was making.
Top 5. Allmendinger and those fresher tires has been able to work all the way up to 2nd now. We'll see if he's going to challenge Allgaier here.
Hey, there's Riley Herbst back there. And hey, there's Ty Gibbs right in front of him in an identical car. They're right next to each other. Damn, Moffitt almost slid off the kink into the grass. He looked like Hemrick the last lap. Is that a Supra? Look at Allmendinger fishtailing coming out of 12.
Pretty hot and heavy.
Allmendinger's working really hard to get by Allgaier. A couple of cars back there coming to pit road as they hit 3 to go. A lot of cars back there, actually.
Another differing strategy here, Steve. Trying to fight to get that track.
Hemrick trying to pass Mike Snyder back. Runs him wide.
These guys are racing each other really, really hard here. Getting more and more frustrated with each other at each corner.
There's those cars that you just see Kaz Gralla in the 31 Dave.
And Artie Hare calling him to pit road. Marty talked about it, how pitting under green is really where you want to be. So before the stage ends, to pit road comes Kaz Gralla. Weird angle getting in there. Had to go around the car behind him to get in, but now cleanly out for fresh Goodyears and gone. So is Preston Pardis. Also on pit road, the 07 of Josh Balicki and the 10 of Jeff Burton.
Look at here.
On Allgaier's bumper.
Oh, he gave him a break there. He could have forced that. But he's got the run though. The 7 loses a little bit of grip on
Dale
the
Jr. beating me to it. And wow. You think Allmendinger's trying to save his tires? No, not with a move like that. Side by side going to the carousel. Kyle Busch closing in on both of them now. Allmendinger's on the outside of the carousel. That's a place you don't want to be. He's trying to hang there. Can't do it. Canada corners where he can make this happen now. Now Allmendinger's not being Villeneuve. Whoa, Kyle Busch! Kyle Busch completely missed the kink and almost hit the wall. He didn't hit anything, but he lost a lot of track position again. Got Kyle Busch having a rough day. Side by side for the lead. Allgaier almost ran him wide, but gave him just enough room to keep them both on the racetrack. And now Allmendinger takes it. Good God, there's a lot going on. Wow. How could you not like road courses? 2 to go. Allmendinger trying to do what Larson did at Sonoma. Have your cake and eat it too. Win the stages and still win the race. It's tough, but he can do it. Driving the way he is right now, the moves he was just making this last couple of laps, I got all the confidence in the world that AJ's still going to win this race. They got this.
I think it's a great decision for these guys. They're thinking long-term playoff championship. They want an opportunity to win it. I think they got a driver that can do it.
Steve, we saw Allmendinger come to pit road on lap 11. We mentioned, the freshest tires, but he's going to have to make 2 more stops still, right? He can't get to 45 laps, can he, on just 1 more?
God, I wish Kyle Busch would have pancaked the fucking side of that car when he drove off in the kink. Kyle Busch having a tough day. He wrecked his cup car in practice. Has to go to a backup. Got spun out early in this race. Lost his track position. And then he drove off the track again. Now Ty Gibbs is closing in on him.
Allmendinger stretching it out now. Almost a second advantage over Allgaier. Hemrick still running in the 3rd spot. Haley is 4th. Harrison Burton in 5th. Brandon Jones in the 19. Ty Gibbs just behind him in the 81.
Right there, the bright yellow 22 of Cindric.
Working himself back into it, currently in 11th position.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of where everybody's at. There's a lot of good cars that have a chance to win. I'd say Allmendinger, Allgaier, Hemrick, Kyle Busch, Ty Gibbs, Cindric all have a chance to win this. So it's tough keeping track of where each of them are. Kyle Busch has gained back a few of the spots he lost when he flew off into the dirt.
Between the 81 and the 99, I believe. Here's the 81 going through the grass a little bit.
That kid in the 81 better not piss off the guy in the 99 too bad. Kevin Harvick will go full boomer on his ass.
He is up to 7th, just got another spot, and did not let that penalty where he had to start in the back of the field phase him at all. But look at the yellow car behind.
Yellow car.
He is plus 17 since the restart, trying to get 2 spots right there.
Crossover appeal for my streams.
He's flirting with the top 10 and showing a lot of patience there. He gets the
Last lap of the stage. Cendric's got a lot of donuts and shit on the side of his car. Look at the left side of Cendric's car. How could people not love road course racing? This is amazing.
But he gives his teammate a little bit of room to work here on the outside. Into turn 6.
All 3 of these cars on screen here from Joe Gibbs Racing.
That's so tough. You gotta race hard, but when you're racing teammates, you definitely don't want to do anything that's gonna hurt you or them. We're coming to the end of the stage, and every position is important.
Allmendinger still out front, has 1.3 second advantage over Allgaier. Ty Gibbs running in the 6th spot.
So the 22 gets to run here, heading into the kink, and he's going to take that opportunity to go to the inside.
It's going to be a crazy race to the finish today, I think. 22 Cup schedule should come out in the next couple of months. I figure by the end of August is when they usually have the next Cup schedule. I bet it'll look similar to the one this year with a couple of small changes. Allmendinger coming to 14. Up the hill, he's going to win stage 2 just like he won stage 1.
Not only stage 1, but he's going to win stage 2 as well. First time a driver has ever swept both stages on a road course.
Well, Kyle Larson did it at Sonoma and won the race. That's asking a lot. And again, Kyle Larson can do anything. Except have a car with tires that keep air in them.
Brandon Jones, Ty Gibbs, Austin Cindric, Harrison Burton, and Riley Herbst all getting stage points as they finish in the top 10. You saw the right.
Why couldn't Kyle Busch have tore the fucking splitter off that car? Look how much grass that shit was kicking up when he went through the kink.
Looks like another car by George back on the pack. We're very lucky, no damage to the splitter. Guess that area's been mowed down by enough cars this weekend that it's smoothed itself out.
What a way to kick off the 4th of July.
We get California Auto Club Speedway back next year for probably the last time before they change it to a half-mile short track. Could be interesting with the next-gen car, see how it races there. Karen, I hope Ty wins as well. If Ty Gibbs wins, I get $8.50. But if Cindric wins, I get 2 picks tomorrow. So either Gibbs or Cindric here, hopefully. Hey, Michael, if Cindric wins today, I want him to be one of my picks tomorrow. Hell, I might just pick him tomorrow anyway, because right now his odds are still really, really, really worth picking. Of course, I really want a Hendrick car to win tomorrow. What a surprise. Chase Elliott needs to win. He's had a rough couple of races, Pocono and all that mess didn't go well. What, Dylan? What? And we're back.
Access to NASCAR Scanner for only $2.99 per month. You listen in on that pit strategy, which we're seeing a lot of here at Road America today. All you have to do is visit NASCAR.
Well, Michael, I guess I should have picked Cindric sooner, shouldn't I?
Subscription today.
I know I got to pick before qualifying tomorrow. I'm going to look at practice speeds and shit later.
Won both stages, earned 20 points. That's the best you can do in 2 stages, maximum points accumulated. We'll see if he comes to pit road. I don't know if they can, stretch their fuel enough to do it on one more stop. So he's going to pivot to 7 of Allgaier is going to stay on the racetrack.
Allgaier and Kyle Busch stay out. Ty Gibbs stays out. Cindric stays out. It's those strategies we talked about.
Ty looks like he's still out there. Let's go to Parker.
And guys, AJ was given the chance to pit before he got the 2 to go there in the lead, but he told Chris Rice yesterday, I have a chance to win a stage, I'm going to take it. Well, he got both of them today. Still a little bit loose in that car, so be 4 Goodyear tires and full of Sonoto fuel.
Justin Haley gives up 4th place in the 11 car. He'll come to pit road for tires and fuel. Wanted just an air pressure adjustment, Marty. Nothing much on the 11.
Something interesting. Daniel Hemrick last pitted at lap 7. They decided that this wasn't worth the fuel risk as Justin Haley goes to the left side of his car, to the right side of his car. So they bring the 18 down pit road. Dave Rogers making that call. So all those who stopped at lap 7 are going to be very tight to make it to lap 28. That's the magic mark to get you all the way to the end of the race. Although the 7 stayed on the track, it's going to be fun to watch this fuel strategy.
Boy, that wall at the end of that pit road is really not safe, is it? It doesn't look safe from that angle where you're looking straight back at pit road.
Yellow's in there, but we'll see what their plans are.
Allgaier's out front and will lead us to the green when we get ready to start the final stage of Road America.
The stage is really long, too, by the way. But that's good. I wouldn't waste any money on Briscoe. Bell, maybe, but Briscoe, I just feel like that's a black hole of throwing money away, even if it is just $1. Bell, maybe. Cindric, for damn sure. Figure Chase Elliott and old KFB are the favorites. Well, this stage is 25 laps, but it's a 4-mile road course, so it's pretty long.
We mentioned that NASCAR had not raced here since 1956, but Roger Penske, who's team owner of Team Penske, actually did race here in 1964, took us for a lap.
So this track is literally in the middle of fucking nowhere. Coming to the green.
In 1961, so 3 years earlier, Roger was actually Sports Illustrated.
Everybody's on their strategy bullshit and where they're running.
Sounds just the same then video and sends
Yeah, I know a lot about this track. I researched this track so much. The first time the Xfinity Series came here in 2010, I was like, Road America, what's that? And I remember like being bored at school, looking up shit, learning about this track. Why is Allmendinger slowing down?
Wasn't easy on that hammock, but I did make it. My guy Tony from Kiel, Wisconsin, right back here. He's been
Allmendinger just slowed down and lost spots under caution.
I asked him why. He said it's pretty simple. This is where the action is, and most importantly, right here behind him is Burnout Circle. The winner will be going right there, putting on a show for the fans in just a few, fellas.
And who will that be? Again, too many urges.
Allgaier, Kyle Busch, Ty Gibbs, Cindric. See how Cindric fires off here. He's been bad early in a run, maybe a lap, and then he seems to be the fastest car on the track.
That's why he was slow. There's Chris Rice right there.
Over the wall too soon on the 16 puts Allmendinger at the back. That's why Allmendinger just lost those spots under yellow. He slowed down to serve a penalty. Great launch by Allgaier. Well ahead of Kyle Busch for now. Gibbs to third, Busch second. Cindric once again didn't fire off great, but he ain't far back.
Austin Cindric to his outside, not allowing him to come up the racetrack very far. Now Cindric trying to go by on the outside, taking third away.
3 wide back there. Harvick, Tommy Joe Martin's Mike Snyder.
Snyder sandwiched Joe Martins. Through turn 3, pretty wild stuff there. Down into turn 5.
Whoa, Gibbs and Cindric. Touched a little bit, going down the hill. Cindric gets the spot, settles back into third. Now Noah's underneath Gibbs. Gibbs in the grass. Oh, I wish the 81 would dump the 9. That'd be so funny. I've been saying that. I want Gibbs and Noah to hate each other so much. Riley Herbst locking up the left front. Thought he was going to clean out Ty Gibbs. Yeah, Allmendinger had that crazy comeback at Mid-Ohio. He's going to have to do it again today. At least it wasn't their strategy that really fucked him over. It was the pit crew who's had a bad day on pit road. Hopefully that didn't seal the deal for his chances to win. I'd love to see Allmendinger win again.
Rick, I can answer Steve's question. They're trying to get to lap 28. Steve, here is my question. I just checked in with Dave Rogers, the crew chief for Daniel Hemrick a moment ago, and he said, we were a lap and a half short, so how are the 54 and the 81 of Kyle Busch and Ty Gibbs going to be able to make it to lap 28?
Yeah, Michael Annett just ran Snyder off. Cindric's passing Kyle Busch for second, coming out of 14. Kyle Busch in the grass again. Well, I think Cindric's in a good spot here, Michael. He looks like the best car. Takes him a lap to get going, but when he does, he's the best car. And as you can see by the left side of Cindric's car, he's had to pass a lot of people today. Just modern road racing. Herbst is having a remarkable day running 6th, but I'm sure it won't last. Allgaier touches the grass off of 2, and that opens the door for Cindric. Coming down the hill here. That little bobble's all Cindric needed, and he's got the lead now. He's not clear yet, but inches ahead on the outside going down the hill. Ooh. And now Cindric takes the lead. He's clear. He's got an extra set of tires, and he's in the lead now. Austin Cindric's got the world by the balls. Australian V8 supercars. It's like Australian NASCAR, but with cooler tracks.
watching the 7 of Justin Allgaier, listening on the radio, nothing being talked about other than sticking to the plan, which from the start has been one of running long for Jason Burdett. We've seen that before here. There have been times when we've questioned whether we understand what they're at and whether they can actually accomplish it. But Justin Allgaier seems to be very accomplished at saving fuel when he needs to, and this run here is one where he has to.
I'd say, man, look at the pace of the 9 car going to the inside of Kyle Busch right here.
Noah Gregson's fast all of a sudden. He just blew by Kyle Busch in Canada Corner.
Noah earlier in this lap. Kyle's got some great speed as well, but Noah's drove away from him, takes a spot from Kyle Busch in turn 12, and now he sets his sight on Justin Allgaier. We can talk about all these strategies, but this place has proven that there will be late yellows, and if that continues, it just comes down to fast cars and good restarts. And you got to have the right strategy to be at the front for those restarts, but they can be absolutely crazy.
Hey, remember what happened the last time Cindric had the lead on a late restart at a road course? That was ridiculous. He goes from first to dead last in one corner.
He's going to try to get down here inside of Jeff Burton's going to do that into turn 1.
Boy, Hemrick looked good, but then the moment the pressure got on earlier, Hemrick choked so hard.
Two downshifts. See those curves on the exit of the corner just as rough as the ones on the inside. These cars get beat up. All the suspension joints get really pushed and stressed to the max.
Well, the suspension of Kyle Busch's car should be well beat up as many times as he's been off the track today.
He was cordial to his teammate. He waved to him. Said, thanks.
Appreciate you letting him go. I'm going to say the other teammate, the other college car, the 2-stage winner of Allmendinger had that penalty, started at the back. Well, he's already up inside the top 15 and running some amazing laps. Great battle right here, watching out the windshield. Hemrick trying to get around Riley. Riley fights back.
Riley Herbst, top 10. Let's go.
Braking zone here, right back to the back bumper.
A lot fresher tires for Daniel Hemrick. He was just on pit road where Riley Herbst.
Hemrick's got them fresh tires. He's not doing a good job of taking advantage, though. Oh, he puts the bumper to Riley in the carousel. I thought Riley was going to be a goner.
I think that's like, hey, man, I had you. I was on.
That's move your ass, you untalented piece of shit. I've got fresh tires. And then he hits Riley into the kink. And they both slide. Stay on the track, though. Opens the door for Haley to get under Hemrick. Hemrick, come on, man. You're smarter than this. Hey, I wonder if Haley will just swap out the 98. We know what he thinks of Herbst. Noah's going for second on Allgaier. Look at that. I changed it up from Jeff Gordon. I said, look at that. He says, look at this. Noah takes second place. Cindric has about a 4-second advantage on these guys, though, so it's irrelevant, really. Remember they said lap 28's the magic number for some of these guys. You got a hell of a battle for second. 4 cars. Like I said, Cindric's got life by the balls, man. He's out of here.
So, Steve, these guys look.
Castle's in the 4 car. Landon Castle is in the number 4. They're going side by side so we can talk during the commercial about what's going on. We're at 20 laps to go. It's a long way around this fucking place. Noah second, Kyle Busch third now, Gibbs fourth, Allgaier fell back to fifth. Hemrick and Haley finally got around Riley Herbst. Now Riley Herbst getting run over back here. He's been passed by Brandon Jones, and Jeff Burton goes off track. Gets back on. Yeah, Cindric is fucking out of there, man. And then 4 guys racing for second are going to kill each other. Well, that's a lot of dirt. Allmendinger, who's coming from the back after the penalty on pit road for over the wall too soon. I just don't see how Allmendinger can be a factor in this at this point. But I'm sure we thought that at Mid-Ohio. When he got screwed by the dumbest penalty in the history of NASCAR. Other than Carl Edwards in the 2006 Bud Shootout. The shit they did Dinger at Mid-Ohio was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Now Allgaier's car looks bad, and Hemrick's come back to life. He just passed Allgaier. Allgaier's fading big time. Boy, if you pit right on lap 28 or so, you better get that thing full of gas. That's all I can tell you. You are going to be close. It's going to be just like that Pocono bullshit again. Cindric is just having a lovely Saturday afternoon now. Making great time, not getting held up by anybody, not having to look in his mirror. You know what? I don't think we have enough road courses. I know we've added more road courses. I think like a third of the schedule should be road courses. Because this shit's fun. You know, in Cup now we have 6. This year we had 7 because we lost Fontana. Wow, what the fuck? Is that Moffitt? Somebody is up on a tire wall and they hit hard. No, it's the 6. He looks like Tony Stewart at Sonoma that one year. He's like parked up on the tire wall. Window net's down. He's okay. Caution's out. Oh, that's going to put everybody right on the edge of making it, too. What a perfectly timed caution for a clusterfuck finish. Because you're going to have to pit under this yellow. You've got to pit now. You just have to pit now. You pretty much just about have to pit here.
Almost 4 or 5 feet in the air.
That's the second time today the 6 car has been off track. This time he ain't coming back on the track. He's done. And good luck trying to get that car off the wall. My God, that thing is up there. I don't know how you're going to get that off the wall.
I wonder why didn't he just go nose in, right? Well, he was pumping those brakes. He probably got the rear tires, where the rear tires were wheel hopping. There it is right there.
When he said pump, pump, I knew he was wheel hopping when he was describing what the car was doing.
Yeah.
No front brake.
This is going to be a big impact right here.
Hey, he backed it into the wall. That could have been a hell of a lot worse. That impact was horrid, but he backed it into the wall. Right up on the tire barrier.
That's a horrible.
Yeah, it was like when Brian Vickers sent Tony Stewart. Road America version. He's won. He's out of the car.
Quick as you can, you pump the brakes, pump the brakes, pump the brakes, and then ultimately, it just seems like always the rear brakes are the ones that lock up first.
All right, at speed, let's take another look at it.
His car floated over that kitty litter. It didn't slow down at all.
AMR safety team right there with him, walking back to the truck and taking him to the infield care center. The 46-year-old out of Arlington, Virginia, probably baffled as to how he didn't have any front brakes going into turn 1.
Pit road's open. 18 to go. Right on the edge. We got a couple cars staying out. Brandon Jones. He stayed out. Too late, buddy. You're committed now. He tried to pit after he was well past the entrance. Brandon Jones, Harrison Burton, and Kevin Harvick stay out.
Break for Justin Allgaier not to have to go another lap under caution because that 7 was set to come in this time. So he wouldn't have had a whole lot of fuel left. That's the 9 of Noah Gragson. His car has been good all day. They'll have an extra set in case they need him late in this race, but probably won't want to give up that track position. Gragson will come in, and Allgaier as well, Marty.
Dave Kyle Busch has rallied from 2 off-track excursions. He brings the 54 car to pit road. They're having a little trouble hearing him on the radio, and his car just a little bit too tight. That's what they were able to make out. Austin Cindric said he was much freer this run, and he liked it. If he could use help anywhere, it would be the slow few corners, but he's been fairly happy.
3 cars stayed out. 4, really, because I think, Josh Bilicki stayed out as well. First off pit road is Brandon Brown, followed by Cindric, followed by Ty Gibbs, then Noah Gragson, then Hemrick, then Kyle Busch.
Ty Gibbs, Noah Gragson, Daniel Hemrick. Again, the reason for the caution coming out.
Road courses are the best. We need more. We don't have enough. Replace the excessive amount of 1.5 miles we've had with road courses. We need an excessive amount of road courses. It's the best racing. They better hope this race don't go to overtime since they just pitted now. I don't even know who Spencer Pumpelly is, but I doubt we see him back anytime soon. I think Cindric's going to win here. Unless we get another Mid-Ohio disaster, I think Cindric's going to win this race. And then I get to pick 2 people tomorrow. So as soon as Cindric wins, Michael, if Cindric wins this race, make him one of my bets for tomorrow. Because if I get 2, Cindric's going to be one of them tomorrow. And then my other pick will be more of a conventional one. Oh boy, back to Atlanta next week. Xfinity race will be great. I think the Cup race next week will be a stinker, but at least it's only 400 miles. Look at these boomer assholes.
This Saturday afternoon race. I want to take a look at the Toyota driver updates. I mentioned Kyle Busch. He's currently 5th. Brandon Jones will restart up front. Harrison Burton 4th. Ty Gibbs, we'll see how aggressive he is on this potentially final run. 7th. Daniel Hemrick 9th. And Andy Lally is 16th. Haven't said a lot about Andy Lally. Andy Lally, the 46-year-old from Northport, New York. Let's check in with Jack Collinsworth.
Back down at the party deck. Great spot to get a little perspective as you look over the track, including the push to the finish right there, and the view so good you even watch it with the spotters. Here's the spotters calling in the race right here. As you grab a hamburger, grab a hot dog,
A spot for a road course race.
drink, you sit right next to the
I like SRX. That's real racing. They don't have spot. Look at that fat fuck in that pink shirt. That dude actually wants to walk around looking like that. Yeah, Atlanta in the middle of July, Caden. Who the fuck made that schedule? That's about as bad as Texas in the middle of June.
Jack sold me already.
Daniel Hemrick made his way onto pit.
They are currently repairing the tire wall and removing the 6. It's probably going to be a long-ass caution. Penalty on the 18. Over the wall too soon.
down very slowly, knowing
Well, at least Hemrick's pit crew got in on the choking today. It wasn't just Hemrick.
a brand new set of tires for the end of the race for the 18.
This is what you call always crew chiefing, always swinging, always finding a fight. Don't burn up your brand new tires trying to drive through the field and have no advantage and have this penalty take you out. This is basically Dave Rogers saying, all right, the penalty's no good. We need things to go our way. Let's put old tires back on. We'll save these new tires. Maybe we'll get a caution in 10 laps. And then we can put the new tires on and make a sprint to the finish.
He's got a full of fuel.
Yeah, it's crazy. All the fuel spewing out of that thing.
Spraying out once he left that nippers.
You talking about trucks at the Daytona Road Course, Michael?
Okay,
Because that was pretty bad.
Daniel Hemrick's best shot at potential.
Not the one last year, the one this year.
I mean, I like the strategy he had with new tires up front before he got the penalty if I had a choice. But my point is, this is how you can't just hang your head when you get a penalty. You know, you just can't say, oh, woe is us. What are we going to do now? It's the 18 car trying somehow to recover from this penalty. We have seen so many late race restarts here. The guy you think has the race in control has anything but the race in control. So, never know. This could be the unfortunate lucky break.
Yeah, and then Ben Rhodes won. It was just terrible.
The unfortunate lucky break. Daniel Hemrick's teammate, Brandon Jones, and Harrison Burton, they are up front for the restart. And we're seeing now the 6 of Spencer Capelli, that car being towed back to the garage.
It was a long-ass caution. Welcome to Road America. And I doubt it's the last one. These guys have already been racing so hard, and now they really have to race hard. So this could be a crazy run to the end. It's been building and building all race long. Remember that time that dude's wife slapped Max Pappas in the face in Canada? Canadian Tire is fucking wild, man. I wish they were racing there. I'm pretty sure they're not going there, right? They had to take that off the schedule. I thought the weekend at COTA was great, but I think the Cup race was just completely fucked by the weather at COTA. Hey, Major. But I look forward to them going back to COTA next year. Cup race was good up until the weather clusterfuck. They had to call it. People can say whatever they wanted. Oh, they're just helping Tate do it. Chase Elliott don't need any fucking help. He wins road courses all the time. Like, he needs the fucking help.
With your friends and family.
Oh, shut up. You know, I like Chase Elliott, but he's got the personality of a cardboard box. I say that every time I see him get interviewed. Man, I want to go swimming. That looked like fun. They just showed Ryan Blaney jumping into a pool. Sorry, ladies. Ryan Blaney jumping in the pool. Yes, please.
Racing on the 4th of July, Cup Series qualifying for Road America. That's on CNBC. IndyCar racing from mid-Ohio at noon on NBC. And then countdown to green and Cup Series racing from Road America, both on NBC. The countdown to green starting at 2 o'clock. We might go for a golf cart ride around, do a little flag vote. I've seen some pretty good flags out there. They're the great ones. And the fans enjoying it. Some sitting there on the grass, some on the grandstands.
Love it. Love it. I love that Road America symbol, too. They do a nice job there. So we saw the 18 come down and put old tires back on. Well, we always get asked, how are pit stops so fast? Well, they glue the lug nuts to the wheel. What happens if they're not glued on? This is what a pit stop looks like. These tires just came off, so literally every lug nut, take them off your belt, pick them up off the ground, start them one at a time all the way around. So when you want to know, how these guys change a tire so fast, here you go on the right front, putting the lug nuts on. See, if you had it glued on, you could change it that fast inside the interstate, Rick. It's the fact that you have to put the lug nuts on one at a time. That's about your.
All right, we're going to go green with 16 to go. It's Brandon Jones, Harrison Burton, Josh Bilicki, Kevin Harvick, Brandon Brown, and Cody Ware. They have to pit, though. Those cars that stayed out still have to pit. We'll see how this plays out. I like Cindric to win the race still. But he's kind of on even playing field with Ty Gibbs starting behind these 8 cars in front of him.
I love the precision if he's going to get to 12th, but I also love Junior the reassurance.
16 laps. I doubt we've seen the last yellow.
That's what's going to make this restart crazy. Is Cindric, Gibbs, Gregson, Kyle Busch.
Don't change lanes for start finish.
They know they have to make moves right
Ty
away.
Gibbs.
Brandon Brown also part of that. Now with 16 laps to go.
Great launch for Cindric's line. Gibbs' line didn't go very well. Cindric jumps out 3 wide already. Got to get away from Gibbs and Gregson and Allgaier and them guys that are on the same strategy as you. And then you can just slowly pick off these guys in front of you that still have to pit.
Brandon Jones has the top spot. Harrison Burton looked to the inside through 2 now.
Never thought I'd say this, but wow, Kevin Harvick's really getting in the way. Cindric making quick work of Bilicki for 4th. Cindric and Gregson, that's the race. Gregson and Cindric have gotten through better than Allgaier, better than Gibbs. That's going to be the race. Brandon Jones smoking the tires in the lead. Oh, Noah! Noah and Allgaier get together. They keep it going, though, but Allgaier passes Noah. Boy, they hit together pretty good.
Not a surprise. We talked to him this week. So many laps at this racetrack.
Well, and the way he
Told you Cindric's in a great position here.
wheel of a race car is pretty amazing. On a Wednesday before the race about 5 years ago, he saw on the entry list
Cindric looking for a way around Kevin Harvick.
He on Facebook
Off to the
messaged
carousel.
all of that team and said, "Hey, I got a lot of experience at this racetrack. How about putting me behind the wheel?" Sure enough, they did. And Josh Bilicki's racing today. He'll actually race again tomorrow too. But an amazing story for Josh Bilicki.
Yeah, he's had good speed here, too.
Going to the kink. Cindric passes Harvick. Harvick cuts him a break. He lifted going to the kink.
Most weekends, but he's got it now.
Cindric got position on Harvick going into
So
the
Cindric's 3rd.
Flies it up, say, that looks like 2 wide corner. You go ahead.
You can have that.
Another driver doing really good. This particular point in the race is Cody Ware back there in 9th place at 17. Right in behind this big.
I feel like A.J. Allmendinger would need 2 more cautions to even try to be a factor in this race.
Hanging in there.
Austin Cindric in 3rd place. You know, I think it's important for Austin Cindric. You never know how these races are going to go. You know, it's not a huge rush right now, right, to pass these guys. Just take it easy. Take care of your tires. Be smooth. You may not be on pit road again.
You mentioned Cody Ware in that purple car. He ran the IndyCar race here, so while everybody else's breath is kind of taken away from the king, that's probably the slowest he's going. I can't imagine that straightaway back there in an IndyCar. There he is.
Kyle Busch passing Cody Ware for position.
Steve, I think all these runs, excuse me guys,
9th
with
place.
Ware and different things have given him so much confidence everywhere. In fact, you remember at Pocono,
Even if Kyle Busch is top 5 or top 10, if he sees that he's racing Cody Ware, he's probably automatically pissed off.
in the IndyCar series or even the Asian Le Mans series where he ran an LMP2 car. Very good for Cody Ware's development.
Yeah, Davey's also going to run the Trans Am race here. So
Harrison Burton.
a little bit more track time.
And God, Brandon Jones is killing that left front going down the hill here. 2 laps in a row. And Cindric's going to pass both of them 3 wide. Wow. Cindric just passed both Burton and Brandon Jones. Takes the lead. He's got 2 cars between him and Allgaier now. And that's the race. That is the race. If there's no caution, Cindric's going to just cruise to the win. And then, Michael, you'll have to put him down for me tomorrow.
And this is really where Austin Cindric can just kind of chill out a little bit, right? Older tires behind him. That 7 car of Allgaier on the same tires as he is. He just has to stay in front of him here for a little bit.
At this point, just taking off the 7, right?
Ty Gibbs there behind Allgaier. If Gibbs wins, I get $8 and whatever.
Right now.
Reserve your
But nah, Cindric's got this covered.
All about tires. You know, we talk about strategies, hitting, we know cautions are going to come out. Well, guess what? We don't. You never know what's going to happen. This thing could go green the entire way. And if it does, the better job you did of saving your tires right now will determine how far you go with what amount of speed, Marty.
Hey guys, remember earlier in the day we were following Kevin Harvick and we thought something happened to the car. Well, the 99 car for Harvick popped out of gear. That was very early in the race. Since then, they have learned a lot as Austin Cindric is up front. Meanwhile, Harvick back further. I asked Rodney Childers a moment ago, I said, you kind of jumped off strategy there. He said, well, if we pitted with everybody else, we would have finished 10th. But I thought, let's save a set of tires. Let's just see what happens. We're just here to learn today. Harvick making the most of that, hoping that the run today on Saturday helps him tomorrow on Sunday in the Cup race.
Why not, right?
Yeah. Well, you remember, I mean, the Cup guys, they have raced here. So unless he raced an Xfinity Series race, which Harvick didn't, then they wouldn't have as much experience.
Yeah, the call for tires, you know, you're this far into the race, you know how much equipment you have.
Cindric's going to stink up the show here at the end. If all them guys that were racing for second earlier were battling for the lead, that'd be crazy. But Cindric is just going to stink this show up.
Let's see what they're saying. Crew chief clocking it up again.
God, Brandon Jones.
Flat spotting pretty good. It keeps trying to hang on that flat spot every time into that braking zone. And it's
Gibbs just doored Allgaier for position. So Gibbs looks pretty fast all of a sudden. I don't think he's going to be fast enough for Cindric, but Gibbs is fast.
It's all tied by Justin Allgaier right there. A little bit of contact, a little body, not twice, man. A little body contact side to side.
Cindric, a 1.3-second advantage over Harrison Burton, Ty Gibbs. Justin Allgaier,
Great music choice, NBC. Cindric, Burton, Gibbs, Allgaier. Hopefully Gibbs can get to Cindric and make a show out of it. So if Cindric wins, I get $5 and an extra pick. Boy, it's fucking Christmas in July with you, Michael. It is Christmas in July. Here comes Gibbs to second. So I got a pretty good chance at getting something potentially beneficial today with Cindric leading now and my actual pick before the race, Gibbs, being in second. I can live with this. Go get him, Gibbs. Put on a show. I want to be entertained. Dance for me. Dance, puppets, dance. You know Gibbs is going to drive the ever-loving shit out of this car. Remember Pocono? He damn near got Cindric at the very end of Pocono. That race got so boring at the end, and then all of a sudden, 2 lap cars. The next thing you know, Gibbs is on Cindric's bumper. And there's Allmendinger, 7th place, going for 6th on Kyle Busch. Man, if Allmendinger gets, I'd love to see a caution now, because if Allmendinger gets to like 5th place and gets a yellow just like Mid-Ohio, look out. He'll do the Villeneuve move and get into the grass and put somebody at risk. Allmendinger's not afraid to. Oh, he completely missed that corner. Never mind. He was closing in on Kyle Busch, and Busch must have checked up way sooner than Allmendinger thought, or Allmendinger drove in too hard. Completely fucking choked that corner. But if he can just get to 5th place and catch a caution. Of course, he could have done us all a favor and run over Kyle Busch there, but... You'll have to send me the updated Cup odds again after this race, and I'll look through them. Oh, Brandon Jones and Jeb Burton just spun out at Canada Corner. Look out, they're not stuck or anything. That's a bad spot to spin out at. Trying to get them turned around. Jeb Burton looks like he's doing donuts after winning the race.
And stays green, just over 12
Lord.
laps remaining.
Yeah, we stay green. They didn't get stuck.
Road America telecast presented by Blue Emu.
Synchronized spinning back there.
Position. Jones was falling back with them older tires and all the flat spots on the left front.
Just got to bring that 19 car to pit road, don't you, at this point?
Let's see how it happened. Well, we're going to see how it finished. But, yeah, this is already in process. Jones so mad. Look at him standing in the gas. Going to spin this thing around. Jeb got in there, wheel hopped it.
Yeah, Jeb wheel hopped underneath the 19 and spun out. And yeah, the 19's finally on pit road. That's long overdue.
The 19 strategy, Steve. They had another set of tires left, having to put them on under green.
Yeah, so they're going to put them on right here. So if you get the caution in the next 1 or 2 laps, they're going to look like geniuses, and they'll roll to the front. But if it does run, green to the finish, it's just going to hurt them. They didn't want to put them on until the yellow came out. That's really what all these guys, Harrison Burton right here in the 20, I don't believe he can make it.
Cindric's about 2.5 seconds ahead of Gibbs.
Come down pit road, put a set of tires on.
Coming in this time, Steve.
Nope, there you have it. So a perfect world for Harrison means he would turn right up the hill, go to pit road, and somebody would do something to bring the yellow out.
Don't get Jeff Burton's hopes up like that, Letarte.
I was always in.
Yeah, that's why I stopped wishing. Or just never a spotter would say caution.
Yeah, Michael, you want it to stay green. Oh, yeah, I guess I'm with you. But I want to be entertained as well. I'd like it to stay green, but at the same time, if a caution comes out, I'm not going to be upset because, it's going to be a show. You kidding me with Gibbs and Gregson and AJ Allmendinger coming into the picture? We all just want to be entertained.
Beating up that race car. We've seen how fast he is, but that right front damage, it sort of pushed it on the right front fender. It hasn't touched the tire yet, and they've been able to get away with it, but you have to think that can be affecting a little bit of aero performance. It's just not having that car in tip-top shape here as we get late in the race.
The other thing is what AJ's had to do to come from the back is just, use up the car that you can't see. Use up the brakes, right, Jeff? I mean, just use everything up. He is driving 10/10. All he can, every pass takes brake life out of the car, so it's just going to be hard to think that this car has enough life in it.
Harrison Burton to the pits.
27.
Burton and Brandon Jones are hoping for quick yellows.
He is on pit road.
That's a nice payday, Michael, if Cindric wins, not going to lie.
No complaints from Harrison about bad brakes or anything like that. So with 44 miles left in this race and guys getting more aggressive toward the end of this, he is not out of it. Who knows what can happen? You get your tires here, you'll start near the rear, but you can cycle through.
You see on the bottom left, it's a great map of the track, and you see just how far behind. The 20 is going to be basically a half a lap behind the leader, Cindric.
Harrison Burton's best road course finish, 6th. Came a Coda.
Uh-oh, Ty Gibbs has stopped. Ty Gibbs has stopped going up the hill towards the carousel. He's not moving. Remember before the race they had a starter problem. They couldn't get it going. He's rolling backwards. That's going to bring you. Sorry, Michael. The caution's out. Oh, boy. Now AJ Allmendinger's back in this. Caution's out. Coming to 10 to go. Maybe you pit. God damn, that's brilliant for Harrison Burton. What a break. Oh, boy. We just all want to see some shit, don't we?
It's a great point. Great point, Jeff.
So frustrating. Ty had a good drive today. Did his job. Just something happened. What a young driver. He could have, I broke many transmissions, learning how to do it.
I think outside of AJ Allmendinger, he was the only guy that I could match up with Cindric.
Sorry, Michael.
To compete for this win today, and Cindric will come around and see that car, be resting a little easier about his opportunity to win today.
So now, if you have tires, do you put them on now? All right, so Cindric, who has a set, do you pit from the lead? I mean, you have perhaps the fastest car. I think it's safe to say he has the fastest car.
God, what do you
And
do
an extra
here?
set of tires. So, you know, do you dare stay on the racetrack and let Harrison Burton on fresh tires run you down? Do you come in and put your last set of tires on and go all the way in the back and get caught up with somebody else's mess?
And so we're going to think about that, Steve. We got a lot of crew chiefs right now are thinking about the exact same thing.
Man, I say you got to pit. I think you got to pit here. Pit. Sounds crazy, but I think you pit here. It'll drag everybody to pit road with you. Obviously, except the 20 and probably the 19. The 19 had a couple of laps on his tires, but Burton only had like a lap, maybe. Yeah, I say pit. Crew Chief Dale says pit. Because I'm pretty sure them got like Allgaier was struggling. Gregson's running hard. Kyle Busch is going to want tires. Allmendinger needs them. He was running hard. They're going to pit with you. 81's out of the race. He was fast. Now you don't have to worry about him. So what? Let Harrison Burton or Brandon Jones get in front of you. They're not that good anyway compared to Cindric. So, pit. This is why you wouldn't have had that extra set of tires if you weren't going to pit here when this happens. So you got that extra set of tires now. Use them. It's the 4th of July.
It's just nice freedom in America. The 4th of July is obviously a great weekend to celebrate our country.
Road America in Wisconsin. I'm sure it'll be a good party and fun race.
The drivers know we're going to celebrate Independence Day on NBC.
Pushing the 81 back around.
Double header of racing. Mid-Ohio has the IndyCar Series. Penske still looking for their first win. That begins at noon. Then NASCAR Cup Series right here at Road America for the first time in 65 years. The Cup Series will be here at this race.
Just when you think you got everything figured out in a race, something silly happens.
See at Road America tomorrow, but right now in this Xfinity Series race, guys like Austin Cindric, who have been so strong, another set of tires, do you come and take those right now?
Well, that's the question. I mean, you have the best car, you have the track position, you have the lead, but your fear is other teams have a fresh set of tires. Is that the way you lose the race, by not coming to get them, or the opposite? You come, put your tires on, go back in traffic, and get caught up in somebody else's mess. It's going to be a struggle.
I'm sorry, I got to pit here.
Okay, let's bring in the drivers. Dale Jr., Jeff, you guys, now that we've seen,
The best defense is a good offense.
Well, I think that
If that makes any sense.
Off the conversation you guys were just having, the trouble with starting with new tires, you're going to be so far in the back. There's so many cars on the lead lap, and we know how aggressive he gets back there. We've seen it, and that wasn't even for the win yet. So now you're going for the win. It's going to get even more aggressive. Can you keep your car in one piece driving up through the field?
Either way, I think it's going to be awesome to have everybody kind of on different strategies. But I think if you don't pit now, you certainly can't pit later because of what you just said, Jeff. This track is long, but you get Myron back there in 20th place. by the time you do get into that top 5, put yourself in position to win, the leader is gone. Won't be able to catch him.
Parker.
Well, guys, as we listen to a lot of these drivers maybe deciding to pit, some that have the tires obviously will want to do that, but for the 16 team, take a listen to the radio. It sounds like they probably staying out and a little dejected because of that.
Back with safe here, man. We appreciate it. Keep that thing cool. We're out of tires, right? Yes, we are. Out of tires.
Here they come. Noah stays out. Noah and Allmendinger, Haley, Snyder. A lot more cars stayed out than I thought there would. Oh, boy.
Those fresh tires are going to line up way farther up in the pack than I thought they would. Dave.
Justin Allgaier running second behind Austin Cindric was told follow that 22. The 22
I still like pitting here, but a few more cars stayed out than I expected.
The crew chief's taking different paths here, Marty.
Dave, a lot of the teams who did not have a set of tires left deciding just to stay on the racetrack here, but those who did have a set of tires left, they are coming down pit road. You see Allgaier hit his stall. Kyle
Like Winston, smoke them if you got them. Put the tires on.
But Austin Cindric, Brian Wilson, as crew chief, left it up to him. Cindric's call was, quote, lightning. That's from their playbook right above his head on a piece of paper. He said lightning, which means coming to pit road for 4 fresh Goodyear tires. They're going to start up. That's a pretty nice track position at the start of this race.
22 is the first car off pit road. That's something, Michael. He's going to be the first car on 4 fresh tires.
You know, it's important to understand in the Xfinity racing, and even in Cup racing, there's a limited number of tires.
Dickhead Noah Gregson has the lead, but H. Allmendinger is in second.
Started on one set. You had 3 sets of tires in the pit, so it's just a question of when you took them. Code words, I had code words too. I think it was pit or stay out. They're real creative. They're pretty easy to understand. I wasn't.
That's a lot. That's like 8 cars that stayed out.
You know,
Nah, I think the 16's going to take it. I think Allmendinger's going to win this.
the best thing happened was up for him as all of those cars came.
Noah's going to be tough here, but I think the 16's got it. Kyle's not in second. He pitted. Noah's the leader. Allmendinger's second.
80% of them came. See, all right. Yeah, you got the lead, buddy. It's amazing. Go out there, all last. Hell yeah.
I like that. That's clear direction.
Stay positive.
Yeah.
You got the lead. Started the race last, guys. Don't forget.
Well, this is a team that did have a set of tires in their pits and chose not to come. So this wasn't a, hey, I didn't have tires call. This was a, hey, let's give me track position. Maybe I can get lucky. We say 9 to go, but look, we saw how long cautions could be. That one car went off in turn 1, the 6th car, and burned 2 or 3 laps. So, you know, you don't know how many green flag laps you're going to get because, as you drivers pointed out, the patience are gone. The pushing and shoving is going to be here.
Well, that's why these races, these road course races, and Daytona Talladega, you get these late race cautions, they seem to create more. Because I just said Austin Cindric is in a pretty good shape here, but he still has to get by 9 cars to win this race, and that starts in turn 1.
He can do it. I still think Cindric's going to win this race for some reason. If Cindric doesn't win, Allmendinger's going to win, but I think Cindric's still going to win this.
All right, with just 8 laps to go, let's see how we got to this point. When the green flag came out, it was Austin Cindric and Ty Gibbs that were up front. Noah Gregson had to start in the back, but what a charge he made early.
You see the 6 had issues early, spins in turn 14, goes into the sand. Kyle Busch as well, and the 54 gets turned around off the nose of the 7. He was able to recover that.
And he tried to come in the side of the 8 car there. Just gets turned across the nose of Justin. Stage 1 winner, Justin, or AJ Allmendinger. And he has some problems on pit road. Right here, putting the right tire back on. He knocks one of the ligaments off. Has to take the time to put that ligament back on there.
We'll call it a pep talk. It might have been frustration.
Big crash for Sam Mayer in turn 12. Gets his day early. AJ wins stage 2. And guess what? On the wall too early, so we're going to serve another penalty. Belly at the end of the front straightaway, turn 1, no brakes. Finally got a little bit of rear brake, got around backwards, climbed the wall. Fortunately got out of call.
Jeff Burton and Brandon Jones spin.
Harrison Burton comes to pit road on the green to put his last set of tires on, and just as he
Yeah, Kyle's the second car on fresh tires, but still like Cindric here. Going green with 8 to go this time. That's a lot of laps for here. 8 doesn't seem like much. It's a lot here.
Brandon Jones, the 19. Cindric, who has showed the most speed of probably anyone in the field, would line up 10th on brand new Goodyear tires. First 4 rows.
Well.
Older tires, and then the new tires coming in that 5th row. We'll see how well
8 to go.
position holds up.
Gregson, Allmendinger, Snyder, Haley, Kaz Gralla, Preston Pardus, and then you got Cindric.
Haley, Snyder are up there. Preston Pardus, the Miata driver, such success here at this racetrack. He's restarting 5th.
Don't let this little dipshit win this race. He got a great launch. He smoked Allmendinger on that restart. He's got Haley with him, though. Kyle Busch! Kyle Busch just took his teammate 3 wide and almost caused a crash. Haley dive bombing Noah. Can't get there. Allmendinger's got it gathered back up. He's still going to be a factor here. Oh, Mike Snyder just got turned around. Oh, Cody Ware just hit a fucking sign. We got cars spinning everywhere. Caution's out again. And Cindric didn't gain any spots. And Noah's going to keep the lead for a couple laps longer. Allgaier has major... Oh, Cindric is junk. The right rear of Cindric's car is completely jacked. Allgaier's car is torn up. Well, that's a tire rub as well on the right rear of Cindric. Sorry, Michael. We got fucked, didn't we?
See what happens here. We see, Maya comes back on 3 wide.
You knew this was going to happen. I mean, Cody Ware wiping out the banners.
We talked about it. If you're going to win this race, it all started in turn 1, right? That you had to have that aggression level turned up, and
Noah had a hell of a restart, but I still don't think he's not going to hold off Allmendinger over the course of a green flag run. If there's more than 2 or 3 laps, he's not going to hold him off. Allmendinger's too good.
So, which drivers got through unscathed at the front of the field? Definitely an advantage here. Noah Gregson was up there. Justin Haley, Allmendinger, Kaz Gralla.
Big damage right there to the 7. Be interesting to see if Kyle Busch has to pit that damage to the left front of his car. Great restart here by Justin Haley on Gregson.
Haley, next time run that motherfucker over. You're racing him too clean.
That's going to be interesting to see who has to come to pit road, who doesn't. The 7 has big damage.
Kyle Busch. He's trying to do that.
He's fixing his...
Wow, Kyle Busch is trying to help the 22 fix his damage. Hold on a second.
Each other's cars, getting relaying back to the spotters, what they're seeing. Drivers work pretty well with each other, giving them information.
That's exactly right, Jeff. And Kyle Busch has been asked by Austin Cindric to look at that right rear. Kyle said a moment ago, it won't make it the rest of the race. So the 22, who had the dominant car today, looked like he was in shape for a win, is going to have to come to pit road here and put on some scuffed tires.
This was the risk, right, of going in the back in traffic. Now,
I want to say Kyle was up there hitting the 22, and I want to think that he was actually trying to possibly clear that tire.
Yeah.
It looked like Kyle was actually trying to help Cindric get the fucking fender put back in, so Cindric doesn't have to pit. But that's a lot of damage. Oh yeah, Robert, I got totally fucked today. The 81 broke down. And it's like, oh, if the 22 wins, well, he's fucked now.
So damage to those 3 cars, right? Actually 4 cars. We'll see if any of them feel like it's bad enough that they have to come to pit road.
Looking at Kyle's car, I want to say he could stay out.
I think so too.
Kyle Busch can stay out. He's fine.
They just got the left front up.
22 and the 7 are coming to pit road.
22 is coming as well as the 7.
So now Kyle Busch is the best car on the freshest tires. How about that? Go figure.
The biggest part of the problem, Rick, and Justin told the team, he said, I think it's drivable, but they said, nah, you got to come down pit road. We've got to get some, what they call a bear bond, big.
I knew Allgaier was going to have to pit, but yeah, Cindric too.
Don't cover up the brake ducts. Very important for Justin to get to the end of the race, Marty.
Yeah, Dave, I think Kyle Busch was trying to help out Austin Cindric, but man, you can see how sunk in that right rear is on the 22.
Cindric's getting fucked late at these road courses that he dominates. That's 2 now.
Right rear fender on the 22, the left front damage on the 7, and they're going to go to work on that immediately for Austin Cindric. And yeah, that definitely would have not made the rest of the race. It would have eventually cut that right rear tire. And now they make the evaluation: do we definitely need to put on? Yes, they're going to put on some tires. So they're going to put on the new right rear here, which is scuffed right rear tire. Make sure that fender is clear.
Tough scene here in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. They're going to restart with at least 5 laps. Like I said, I still think Allmendinger and now Kyle Busch is really going to have a good shot here. Noah needed like a 2-lap sprint. And he's going to have to run like 5 here with Allmendinger. Good luck.
Right, Steve, the 39 was also involved.
17 went for the hat trick on billboards.
Another look. There's where Cindric ran into the back by Allgaier. They checked up there. So quite a few cars involved. Now under 7 laps to go here at Road America. Dave.
So, Rick, it was about the wind. Steve, I know you've had your crew work on the car before, but when those big pieces of tape are being used and it's windy like it is here at Road America, they have a tendency to fold over on themselves. That's tough.
I was never, it's like using super glue. Next thing you know, you got it everywhere. It's all stuck together. Now, the one advantage with the length of this racetrack is, you know, you have a lot of time under yellow. The disadvantage, you got to be very careful because they give 1 to go. They let the field know they're coming to the green back on the back side of the racetrack. So, you know, even though you might save a lap, you leave pit road, you could be a half a lap behind. This car looks like it's going to be fine. They got a little clearance to it. I mean, 7 laps, we're talking almost 30 miles. Not to be counted, perhaps overtime.
So you're seeing enough time? For sure. All right.
All we have is Tom. Where's Jeb? Not doing well. He spun out earlier and has had a pretty lame race, so Jeb's not doing too well. But he's doing better than the guys that just had to pit with damage that got caught up in that mess going to turn 2. Unfortunately, that twat Noah Gregson's in the lead, but I don't think he's going to hang on here if they can just get a few laps run under green. There's no way he can hold off somebody like A.J. Allmendinger. Kaz Grala sitting there. Boy, what a steal that would have been if you picked Kaz Grala today. Okay, we're going to go green with 6 to go. Good. The more laps, the better. Now, can these fuckers get some laps in before they start wrecking again?
Yesterday when I talked to Noah right after they had the engine failure in practice, he sold me on the fact that they'd be okay today. They knew they just had to start in the back of the field, but he believed in the strategies and he believed in himself. He was told to take care of the car all day long, which he did. Crew Chief Dave Ellens got him on the right strategy for the end. All he's got to do is hold him off, Parker.
Fenders on Noah's cars beat up pretty good.
Came on the radio and said, I know we've let you down, but a bunch of the cars that could have beat us just got involved in that instant. You're starting there in the 2nd row. Let's go get it, buddy. So this 16
got Noah, Haley, and Allmendinger.
What has been a very
Okay, 6 to go.
It would be impressive. We heard some radio chatter on the 9.
Noah says he doesn't have power steering. Is he for real?
It's either so hot right now that it's kind of boiling and it's not catching.
Noah says he feels like he doesn't have power steering.
He's got a little bit of a steering issue.
Okay. Well, I mean, on a road course, steering is very important. AJ, don't change lanes. Don't change lanes. There you go. Stay behind him. Kyle Busch jumps out 3 wide back there. Boy, I think Kyle Busch is going to win this race now. AJ passes his teammate. Charges the corner to get behind Noah. He clears Haley. Oh, my God. Kyle Busch is going to win this race. He's got the fresher tires. Allmendinger's wore his shit out. Allmendinger was driving so hard the previous run. I don't see how he's going to hang on. I feel like he could beat Noah, but he ain't going to hold off Kyle Busch on those fresher tires.
But out in front of this field, potentially with issues with power steering, is Noah Gragson.
6 whole lap. God, Kyle Busch has a pretty bad tire rub. Oh, Allmendinger runs Kyle Busch wide. Ugh. That's good news for Noah, but Noah had a bad corner. He still didn't get away, even after Allmendinger ran him wide. Hell, Allmendinger's gained on Noah. And Kyle Busch is all over him. I told you we're going to see some shit here. Good God. Come on, AJ. AJ, you're not going to hold off Kyle Busch, but can you get Noah out of the lead, please? He's to Noah's inside. I think Noah's car's toast. Oh, and he runs Noah into the fucking grass. Carousel side by side with Kyle Busch around the outside. Kyle's got fresher tires, man. There is no way even a guy like Allmendinger, as good as he is going to be able to hold this off. No way he's going to hold him off. For 5 whole laps, we're coming to 5 to go. There's no way he's going to hold off the 54. Thank God Noah's not going to win. Allmendinger gapped him through the kink, but I think through the corners is where you're going to see the advantage of those tires. Under braking and everything else. If Allmendinger was able to do this, he's Superman. No doubt in my mind. I told you pitting was the right move, and Kyle Busch was one of the cars that pitted. I wish Allmendinger had a pit. I don't know why they stayed out. They had to know they wore their shit out. I know they wanted to just have the track position and start on the front row, but 5 to go. AJ, if you pull this off, I swear. Oh, Kyle's got a run going to 1. Kyle was faster down the front stretch. No way AJ's going to hold this off. No way. No way. They make contact out of 1. And Kyle Busch has got it. Sorry, AJ. Them tires just were not going to hold up.
Restarts already on the 2021 season for Kyle Busch and 3 wins in the book. In the Xfinity Series, trying to make that 4 here at Road America.
Cautions or no cautions, the 54's got the tire advantage.
Into the 2nd position.
Kyle has some great drive off those newer tires. You can just see how much better he is.
Best Allmendinger can hope for is that Kyle flat spotted a tire or something when he was sliding around on that first lap after the restart. Well, at least Kyle Busch has been making his recent Xfinity wins exciting. Win 100 was a thriller. Win 101 is going to be pretty good here. Not boring at all. Boy, that one car, that is such a badass paint scheme on Michael Annett. I love that. I would drive the fuck out of that. Michael Annett aggressively blocking Harrison Burton for 5th. Oh. I thought Justin Haley would have fared better here, but hell, he's faded back now. He's just got passed by Michael Annett on a road course. And yes, Cindric's moving up quick, just not quick enough. Oh, we got a big wreck in the back. Well, it looks big. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a yellow, guys. This is going to be a yellow. Yep. Moffitt is not able to get out. Put it out, kids. Put it out. 4 to go. Well, Moffitt's backing up.
Potential debris, but it's not on the racetrack.
Nah, there's debris. You got to put that out. That's right in the racing line. You've got to put the caution out. I'm sorry, you have to put a caution out for that. We're past 4 to go now. Moffitt in the Canada corner, hit Josh Balicki, and then he gets crunched from behind by Sieg. There is a big chunk of debris laying right there in the middle of the damn track. And they didn't throw a caution. No caution. We're still green. I'm totally confused by that. I'm absolutely confused right now. Flabbergasted. Totally flabbergasted. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm a junior. That was a crazy move by Hemrick. No, Robert, you know they're not going to throw a caution now. You kidding me?
Top of the screen, the 98 of Riley Herbst. Continues a top 10 run.
Through the kink.
Yeah, right behind Herbst, Brandon Brown and Lally, a couple guys that are doing really well today. Brown's come through this pack. Look at the neck.
Michael Annette passing Noah. God, Michael Annette is third. Michael Annette is third on a road course. NASCAR will throw a caution for a car getting sideways. We had like 3 cars stop for a good 30 seconds, and the 0-2 was dropping shit everywhere. They just didn't throw a caution. That is hilarious. But if a car spun out for like half a second, they'd have jumped all over it. Come on, we all want to see Michael Annette get a restart and beat Kyle Busch. That'd be hilarious. Oh, the 19 just spun out, but that's not going to be a caution either. Kept it off the wall. That's another spot for Cindric, though. Hemrick passing Noah.
Stay off the wall. Was able to keep it going, and we stayed green. Marty, we'll go back to you on Michael Annette.
I was going to say, let's give a call to Mike Bumgardner, his crew chief, for all the calls today. And he put those tires on at lap 36. And the only driver ahead of him on that strategy is Kyle Busch. He's ahead of Daniel Hemrick. He's ahead of Kevin Harvick and Riley Herbst. And a terrific run for Michael Annette in third right now here at the road course.
Michael Annette's booking right now, guys.
He's trying to catch Allmendinger right now for that second position. Under 3 laps to go. And Cindric and Allgaier, who came...
They got to not throw a caution for that. Throw a caution for anything.
For Jones has moved Brandon Brown into 10th position, who's fighting to try to take 9th place for Paley.
Michael Annette genuinely looks impressive out here.
Noah's just trying to keep these two at bay behind him. Can't seem to get any space, can he?
I think the tires on that 9 car giving up on Noah. Newer tires behind him, put the pressure on.
Cindric's still going to get a top 10 out of this. I'd just like to point that out. Cindric is still going to get a top 10.
Kind of showing Noah wants a spot, but at the same time, Harvick's back there. You take that shallow entry, it gives Harvick an advantage. Now Harvick all over the back.
And if I see Michael Annette pass AJ Allmendinger under green on a road course, I might have a stroke.
Harvick's raced with these Xfinity guys a lot. He knows they're racing for points.
He's very respectful of the Xfinity guys. Wants to win, don't get me wrong. Yeah. But he tries his best to be very respectful.
If that was for the win, the 20 would have been up the racetrack,
Yes,
I feel. But he's
right.
like, I'm not going to move him for 6th.
About Riley Herbst, very aggressive.
Look at Riley Herbst still in the top 10. Cody Ware just spun out. Gets it going. 2 to go.
And now Harrison to the inside of Gregson.
Boy, Noah's rear end just trying to come around.
Burton up to 5th. His best road course finish is 6th, so trying to better that today.
Yeah, right at the bottom of the screen. Before that, you saw Hemrick closing in on Annette, who closed in on Allmendinger. We're going to have a great battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th positions. Right there at the top of the screen, right there. Here goes Allmendinger, tiptoeing into turn 6. It's a little wide there.
People like to crack jokes about biased announcers. Like, yeah, you can't even tell Dale Jr. owns any of these cars. Jr.'s pretty good in the booth about, like, not... He stays pretty even about whoever's racing. And he's really hard on Noah, which is funny.
Also how he treated the cars. When he was blasting through the field and driving from outside the top 15 into the top 10 and then the top 5, he slid those front tires, and he's been struggling with having those lockups on the fronts ever since. So he's not only on older tires, but he's nursing some abused tires in the front there as well.
Just like you said, Jeff and Dale, once you lock them up a couple times, they're just not the same.
We'll see if Ned's got an opportunity down here. I don't think he's quite close enough. Hemrick thinks he is. And Ned said, well, I'm trying to be defensive here. Listen to the tires squealing.
See that big chunk of debris back there laying in the middle of the track? Michael Annette just passed A.J. Allmendinger on a road course for position.
No grip in those tires. He's going to give up this position.
You've got to be kidding. And then Hemrick passed him too. Yeah, AJ's toast. Cooked. Coming to 1 to go because they didn't throw a caution.
They got a long way to go to catch up to that 54 of Kyle Busch. 1 lap to
Somebody actually wrecked, so we can't throw a caution for that. If they'd have just spun sideways, they'd have threw one. It's like they don't even try to hide it. Okay, Hemrick's going for 2nd now. Oh, look at Hemrick when the race is out of reach, suddenly looking like Superman. He's really good at doing that when it doesn't matter. Hemrick is the best driver in the world when there's nothing on the line.
Down into turn 3, Hemrick's right there, nose to nose. He's going to take the position, and that's smart to back up and let him have it. He just has some more pace than the one car.
Hemrick, Michael Annette, and Allmendinger, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Kevin Harvick, 6th. Austin Cindric, 9th.
into the 2nd spot now.
Still seeing a little tire smoke out of that 18 car, leading the race in 2nd.
Don't worry, Junior, we're not buying it.
Race ain't over till they get to the checkered flag.
Right now, the advantage 3.5 seconds for Kyle Busch in that 54. His last race out was a win in the Xfinity Series, making it 100 wins for Kyle Busch. He made the statement earlier in his career that when he got to 100, he'd retire. Well, he already had 5 races scheduled for this year, and he just happened to get to 100 in his 3rd race. This is the 4th race of the year. He's won all 3 up to this point, looking to make it a perfect 4 for 4.
Well, if Kyle Busch doesn't want to race Xfinity next year anymore, that's his decision. But I hope he does. He's good for this series. I like
Jack me off, Jeff Burton.
completely his choice, but I think he's a huge addition, makes these drivers better.
Without a doubt, the talent.
Kyle Busch has to dodge that big piece of debris laying in the middle of the fucking racetrack back there. You see that? He actually had to avoid it. At least win 101 was not boring.
He has 2 Cup Series championships as well.
1.
A big win here at Road America for Kyle Busch. Daniel Hemrick, another 2nd.
Hemrick 2nd. Michael Annette 3rd. Hot damn. Michael Annette finished 3rd on a road course.
Career best of 5th. There's a Kyle Busch fan.
Austin Cindric able to
Breeders' Cup. Ew, people are going to be breeding on live TV. That was a fun race. Lots of chaos. I was here for the, once Gibbs and Cindric were fucked, I was here for the chaos.
Here at Road America, they won't do that burnout at the start-finish line. They're going to go a little closer to where we just saw Jack Collinsworth. He told us about the fact that the celebration will take place there in front of the fans.
Got to give it up to Michael Annett. That was a hell of a drive by Annett. When it really mattered, too. Allmendinger had nothing left on his tires.
Kyle Busch casually brings it. So right in front of the fans here. Just past turn 5 here at Road America on this 4th of July weekend.
Got to hurry and do this interview in the next 2 minutes over here before they have to go off the air for the horse racing.
The trademark checkered flag and bowing to the fans. Might not have a checkered flag all the way out here in turn 5, but I'm sure he'll make do.
Road America never disappoints. Something fucking crazy always happens here. It's like pure entertainment.
Yep.
And to think boomers don't like road courses.
There are plenty of fans down here in turn 5 to celebrate with Kyle Busch. What a crazy Saturday, but he winds up in victory lane for the Xfinity Series. Waving to the fans. I don't know where to
He looks tired. That was a tough race.
finishes in the best possible way after 2 off-track excursions. How did you get it done that last run?
Obviously tires, you know, that was the saving grace for us. We had tires left over, the 16 didn't, and when we came and put them tires on, I wasn't sure we were going to be able to get through that many cars, but man, I don't know what happened on them last couple restarts, just the melee on the start going down the straightaway. I couldn't really see what was happening, but then there was a wreck between 2 and 3, and was just fortunate to be on the right side in order to get by that stuff and get through that stuff without too much damage to our race cars. So can't say enough about M&M's ice cream.
Natalie Decker finished ahead of Ty Gibbs. She's better than him.
This weekend it'll cool you right off. And thanks to M&M's, of course. A lot of people to thank. So Mark McFarland, the ARCA team, they came and helped me this weekend. So winning with those guys, and then Chris Gale, all the Xfinity Series shop, all those guys and girls that help prepare all these cars. This is a 5th entry, so that's a lot. And then also, this might sound weird, but Joe Nemechek and John Hunter. You know, they'll know why, but obviously it was really unique to have the opportunity to run this race today, get ready for tomorrow. I hate that I tore up my Cup car, but I think we'll still be fast, so hopefully tomorrow will look a lot like this day.
Win number 101, Atlanta next week might be a career for Kyle Busch in the Xfinity Series. He wins here at Road America, Rick.
Get more post-race coverage on
Where do I go now?
NBC Sports app and NBCSports.com. Coming up next on NBCSN, the Breeders' Cup Challenge Series.
All right, boys and girls, that's that. Win 101. Did not disappoint. But, yeah, I plan on streaming the SRX later. I hope I don't change my mind, but I think I will see you at 8 o'clock for SRX. Come back later. Good night for now.